Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
Mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas kahit anong lane, we become the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Look at us, to the top, no ifs, no buts. Winning any game, para to sa PINAS. Di mo matitinag aming boses sa new level. Nasa kalye man o mobile, you know I become a legend. Listen, open fire, we cannot be winners, but with pressure, like diamonds are made of. Switching the lane na parang gera, HP racing made a setup. Kakatang buhat ni Hilda, full dome SS parang Laila. Susundan ko ang iyong wakas, kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas, yeah. Laging MPL, no surrender, no retreat. Pag nagsama-sama, just imagine what we can achieve. Laging MPL, no surrender, no retreat. Giving 100 on my all, cause we just cannot be defeated. We are unstoppable, immune and invulnerable. Ready ang equipment, lahat frozen, mala, crowd control. Pakita on the jab, east to the southeast. Taas ang matawag, proud and loud, cause every enemy we devour. Amin ang alas, hindi dito aatas. Kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Lakas, Pilipinas malakas. Kahit anong tumakas. Malakas, Pilipinas malakas. Face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. We unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas. We unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas. We unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas. We the stars.
The 16th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Infinix, the MPL official tournament phone. Infinite plays, infinite wins. Victories you can count on. Smart, the simply reliable telco partner of the MPL. BPI, the official bank partner of MPL Philippines. Mas magandang bukas, buksan sa BPI. Our partner in esports, Clear Men. Power up your dander-free scalp. Supercharge with Clear. And Knorr. Pang-marinade, panggisa at pampasarap. Basta may Knorr liquid seasoning, kaya mong iluto yan. Don't miss any MPL action by following our official Facebook and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPLPH on TikTok for more content. Experience the lakas ng Pinas of MPLPH Season 16 action live at Green Sun Hotel. Grab your tickets now via the official MPLPH website. MPL Philippines is monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board.
Phone calls, I make bitch look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platforms, because all the boys wanna picture. Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds. Good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Phone calls, I make rich. Let's go! Home with ya.
Maligayang pagbabalik sa MPL Arena Superfans. Ako, si Hans Galeria.
And this is your very own Odin, and today is Sunday, which means it's family day here at MPL Philippines.
You know, the rain is probably crazy outside, kaya nagpapasalamat na kami in advance for everybody who made it to the arena to spend time with us. And also, sa lahat ng nanonood sa kanilang mga tahanan na kasama ang kanilang pamilya. Maraming salamat po sa pagpili sa MPL for your bonding time.
Masaya kami na makita kayo dito at sa mga nanonood dyan, alam namin na nakaabang kayo ngayong week 2 dahil huling araw na rin ngayon at marami pa tayong maiinit na laban na matutunghayan ngayong araw.
Alam mo, ikalawang linggo pa lang. Pero I could say that this is one of the most competitive seasons so far in MPL Philippines history dahil bawat isang kupunan ay meron ng isang panalo. And now, we are gonna uncover more about that through the help of our casters. Kaya with that being said, oras na para saksihan ng Lakas ng Pinas!
Well, man, it's the last day here of week 2. We just made it, and we're happy to have you guys with us here. Now, once again, before we go ahead and introduce ourselves, hope you guys stay safe, stay dry. Team Bahay out there, we appreciate you, and people that made it out here, thank you very much. Now it's us, the Wee Bear Bros, Speed Isu, Leo, and Redmar. How are you guys doing?
I'm glad to be indoors, and to double down on what Joseph said, stay safe in your houses or wherever you are caught out. We're glad to have you here on MPL Philippines.
Yep, the weather has been quite quite terrible, to say the least. Here in the Philippines, lots of floods, but hopefully everyone, wherever you're watching MPLPH, you are safe and warm.
And this might help you guys out there. Again, there's more data, more GG. You can experience the winning power of Smart's Only 5G and enjoy it with the Smart Digital Prepaid eSIM.
Smart, the simply reliable telco partner of the MPL. Victories you can count on.
I would love an eSIM. I might have to get on that, Smart, because I don't know. I've never transitioned to the eSIM yet. You know.
You would. You should. I mean,
it's easy.
I should also transition to this. I should get me a GT, an Infinix GT30 Pro, because right now it's equipped with all-day 120 FPS systems. The next generation, it's the Infinix GT30 Pro. It's now the official tournament phone of the MPL Philippines, and it's powering us and all our players through this season.
In case you bought the very same phone that our athletes are using on stage, you can use it to snap a photo of them with Snap a Pro. Snap a photo of any MPL PH player during very specific moments while inside the venue, while you're at the MPL Arena for a chance to win diamonds.
So this graphic that you're seeing right now, use that as your shot list, and once you get to snap the photo, post it on your profile with the required hashtags. You have until September 8th to submit your snaps. Again, you need the hashtags. You need to be a member of the MPLPH official group, and make sure that the posts that you dish out are, just not private to yourself, because how are we going to see it?
That's true. You know what? I don't know. Brigitte always mentions that you always add one thing to that, Redmar. Don't be creepy with it.
Oh, yeah. No, don't. Just don't. Please.
Common sense.
Common sense. And again, if you guys are watching at home right now, and we'd love to experience this action here in person, you guys can still grab your tickets online right now. You can support your favorite teams. Just go to the MPL Philippines website and secure your seats now. Some of the matches are selling out already, or have sold out already. And honestly, after what we've seen for the past 2 weeks, guys, this season is highly competitive. I don't know where we're going to end up in the next few weeks ahead of us, but it's definitely an exciting one, and we've had a lot of competition here.
I can tell you now, we are in the dawn of a new era, and not just because it's a new season, but even in the games, you watch those week 1 and week 2, you can tell that this is a different kind of MPLPH.
Yeah, I think Midnight said it best to us. So when we talk about this season backstage, it's still very difficult to declare who is the bottom 2 of the league. And in a league that is filled with so much history, multiple eras that we've gone through, it's exciting to see that at the end of week 2, all the teams so far this season have already secured at least one win.
It's interesting how we're both in the global era and in the new era.
Yeah.
Because we're still sending out imports. I've gotten word that our boy Andorio is actually winning in MPL ID. So here now, what else can we expect on home soil?
I don't know, man. I think it's always nice to see, our players go out there and experience the global transition from here to the Philippines. And it's not just our players, our coaches and analysts that all get to do that too. It's amazing to see, because I feel like, again, we've heard it from some of the players in the interviews, they also enjoy that homecoming, coming back here, competing in the most competitive league right now for Mlbb esports. This is our standings. I honestly didn't expect some of this as we round out week 2. Twisted still at the top up there. We have Onic and Rora now sitting at 2 points each, and the rest of the team still fighting around that mid area with 1 point.
Yeah, what I appreciate about it is that Twisted Minds' plot twist showed up quick. But how deep does the plot twist go? How deep does the story for Twisted Minds go? Especially since that they are going to be the second match of the day, going up against the defending champions in Team Liquid Philippines.
I can't wait for that one, man. But first off, we have our first match of the day. It's Smart Omega versus Team Falcons. Two teams who really want to go ahead and get a win here, because they want to round out week 2 with a win. And then, like we mentioned, TLPH versus Twisted Minds later is going to be exciting in the sense of, again, it's TLPH, our most recent MSC champions, previous season champions, but Twisted Minds, the team that has surprised and twisted a lot of the, I feel like, the audience right now. Imagine if they end up beating TLPH here.
This would do 2 things. Number 1, continue their winning streak in Season 16, and as well prove that their success does not just extend through scrims. They literally are the next face of the league, the future. But for now, we go through these OGs, these well-known names in Smart Omega and Team Falcons PH.
Is it just me, or is this a little bit more must-win for Falcons? I feel like between those two, they've had the significantly tougher week, especially with the members of Falcons representing SIBO for the IESF qualifiers, not being able to qualify. Omega, honestly, if they end this week with no series wins, they're one of the few teams in the league to tell the Twisted Minds, hey, we took a game away from you. And Omega looked very strong yesterday against Twisted.
Yeah, it almost makes me a little... I don't know, I'm a little worried here for Team Falcons, because again, I feel like something hasn't been working for them, and yeah, I know. We got the Falcons guy with us here. He's even wearing the colors, by the way. That's green, right? Because I'm kind of colorblind, but like that's green, right?
Yes, it is.
It's some shade of green.
It's some shade of green, because hey, that might be the secret here, maybe for Team Falcons. Because right now our headline for this is going to be the focus of the graduates of the Brawl era. Earlier on, you saw the graphic of the different eras that we've been through so far through the years. Now, specifically, you guys, I feel like you guys were a part of this Brawl era yourselves, right? I mean, this is seasons what, one? Well, seasons 1 to 3. I know you came in, was it season 4?
Season 3.
Season 3. So you were there at the end of the Brawl era. You came in season...
technically season 3. I was booking talents in season 3.
That's right. Let's talk about the Brawl era here.
Well, the thing I love about the Brawl era is that up until now, there are still people going, now this was the best because of all the mechanics that were shown. And when you look at the players on your screen right now, Carl TZ, JP, Few, and Haji, at multiple points in their career, you can attribute them to being some absolutely mechanical monsters. Did that last for the entirety of the career? No, but you see that the foundation that they played on, the initial start of the league that they played on, really influenced a lot of their playstyle even up until now.
And what's so beautiful is they've proven that years down the line, more than half a decade removed from the Brawl era, they are still here. So they're more than just their mechanics, they're true icons of the game. So we'd love to see how they look like now going into this bout, because again, even Liquid, who's going to be in action later on, is in pretty deep waters. So 3 of the 4 teams in action today need that dub.
They need the win. We want to ask you guys over there watching with us, of course, what your thoughts are. And you can answer us by this question. Can the graduates of the Brawl era keep up with the new era? A, yes, of course, or B, not right now. I want to say, if I had to throw my answer out there, I would say yes, of course. That veterancy of the Brawl era, these guys that have been staples throughout the seasons, they're going to bring that experience and veterancy into being able to adapt to the new era. And I think, yes, maybe it's been a little bit slower for others, but definitely they're going to be able to do so. And again, these are our best of the best here in MPL Philippines.
Yeah, the new era is not solely determined by the new names and new faces that joined the league. It's also determined by the veterans, as you mentioned, Naisu, that have learned to adapt, grow, and even, especially for names such as like Carl TZ, JP, determine what it means to be someone who evolves with the league itself and evolving your game.
Yeah, I define it as that. That's why I'm saying not right now, or just straight up no, because they don't have to keep up. I'm thinking they still have it in them to redefine the new era. Because Carl TZ, who knows what he's going to pick up next? Who knows what he's going to do? And thinking about Few, he's going to be in action right now. What else will Coach Treb make him play? Because at this point, I don't think Few's fingers are locking up just yet.
They're not, and I also want to say, like, I am happy to see some of the hero pool shift in the mid lane specifically. I've been wanting to see this for a while now, so hopefully, again, Team Falcons has been able to take, let's just call it their learning experiences in the past couple days, even leading into the MPL Philippines Week 2, and can get it together here, because I was pretty adamant on something yesterday. Like, again, they needed to come up with something. Yes, Flap came into the lineup instead of Ferds from last week, and still they obviously were struggling in some form or another.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing where it's like, all right, part of it is, yeah, this new era that's developed. there was a time when Team Falcons were like the marquee standout for a team that is playing the meta we were in before. It was very utility-based, objective-based, and everything else. They had everything down to basically a T when it came to timing. But I feel like they've been one of the teams that have had to adjust or struggle in a way to adjust now currently.
Yeah. There's a saying that goes, the road to the internationals run through Falcons. I don't know how true that is still today in the shape they're in.
Well, we'll find out here because in just a second, we're going to go ahead and welcome the teams out to the stage for the matchup.
Teams trying to find redemption from yesterday's challenges, starting with James, Ryzen, Haji, Super Yoshi, and Netsuki. This is Smart Omega! Wounded Wings, but they refuse to back down. Flap TZ, Kyle TZ, Few, Ogwen, and Super Marco, Team Falcons! And welcome to the stage, our marshals, Joshua, Chico, Patrick, and Jeff. And the coaches for the two teams, Coach Lem and Coach Trevor. MPL Arena, this is Omega versus Falcons!
And there we have it. This is going to be Smart Omega taking on Team Falcons. Take us through Smart Omega here, Leo.
I caught up with Smart Omega last night after their long series against Twisted Minds, and I'll tell you this, they weren't down in spirits. They were actually pretty happy. I caught a good conversation with a good bunch of them, but what I can marquee and highlight is the fact that James went up to Coach Bonchan and said, Coach, you got us really good, and that conversation lasted for about 5 more minutes. So that means he really understood what Twisted Minds was doing. I wonder how that'll influence how they go up against Falcons tonight, because they went all the way. So that must have unlocked something in Smart Omega. I'm looking forward to if they can unleash that on Falcons here tonight.
Again, going to be great to see because Team Falcons is the team that needs to quickly adjust here. As the Falcons guy, Renmar, what do you think?
Well, similar to what Mickey Rourke said in Iron Man 2, where is my board? Where are my birds, man? Where are the Falcons that I know? Clearly, they are still heartbroken by the loss in IESF. There are members of Falcons that really need to step up. I saw some lapses in judgment yesterday in their series against TNC Pro Team, a little bit overextending, and it feels like there are still shades of them always still being used to winning every single sequence, forgetting that it's changed. There's a different era. There are times where you are losing fights and you cannot just simply walk forward and try to out-damage them. The game has changed. Falcons need to evolve.
I rarely do this, but also maybe it comes down to how they make decisions with their coach, because their drafts are relatively out of this world. Yesterday they played a Uranus. In IESF they played an Esmeralda.
Yep.
They even played a Jungle Alice. So I don't know what the context is as to how they ended up with these choices so quickly and so surely. Maybe they should revisit these drafts and respect what their opponents could be bringing up here.
That's why the draft right now currently in this meta that's been shaping is so interesting, because some teams play to that advantage. But before that, we're going to have to throw it over to the Smart ping test to see how our players prepare for the match.
Ako na naman ang bunot. Boys and girls, yung standing ko pala yung iba ko, 140, oh, I love you, pre. Pag sana masama and trapper ka pala no? Bigyan ng karapatan yan. Bigyan ng karapatan ng bawat isa. Baby, kalma lang tayo. Saan naman, nahalo na kami. Yung panalo na ako sa landado. Kailangan na lang tayo, pre. Kalmado lang tayo. Malabo pa sa ano yan. Malabo pa sa adobong pusit.
Ay, Mark, Dad. Tokail. Hey! Game, Jackping. Kailangan makauwi ng safe lap. Yan yung goal natin.
May waiting doon.
I love how that was just purposely edited that way.
Zero context.
Zero context. Just a whole bunch of laughing.
It seemed like Few was practicing to join the evil laugh contest.
Yeah, he took some notes from Kawhi Leonard for sure of how to laugh and make it seem like you're actually human.
Well, hey, that's different. I will say that. That's different than what we've had with the singing, all the singing, you know?
Yeah, that's good. I like how the editors for the Big Test are really starting to show off, like, you know, just have a lot more fun with it. They're not afraid to clown on the players in a fun way.
They should. You know, again, that works, too, you know, throughout the laughs, man. And right now, we're not going to laugh here, but we are going to howl because we're going to throw it over for our Infinix Keys of Victory with Wolf.
Welcome to The Howl. My name is Wolf, bringing you the Infinix Keys to Victory. Omega versus Falcons ang magbabakbakan para sa first series natin ngayong araw. At para sa Omega, na medyo losing streak sila ngayon, kailangan nilang gawin ay i-punish ang Team Falcons sa non-scaling mid-lane choices nila. Kapansin-pansin kahapon na yung Team Falcons ay hindi masyadong nagko-commit ng mga farm para kay Few, at dahil doon ay parang kinakapos sila ng damage sa late game. Para sa Omega, dahil napapansin ko din na parang sa meta game ngayon, kailangan may pangil o may damage yung mid lane choices mo. Pagdating sa late game, they really have to put some farm onto Few. So, ayan yung pwedeng i-punish ng Omega. Para din sa Omega, they don't give up the early game and river control. So, napapansin din natin para sa Omega na parang nawawalan sila ng lakas pagdating sa team fights kapag hindi nila nakakontrol yung river. Either i-fast clear nila yung lane or gumawa sila ng plays para talaga nakuha nila yung certain parts of the map. Para naman sa Team Falcons, they have to work on their siege execution. And I'm sure that Team Falcons knows this. Ang tagal na nila sa liga, siguro ngayong week number 1 and week number 2, kapansin-pansin na hindi nila na-execute yung pag-siege nila mismo, lalo na kapag sila na yung nakakalamang sa laban. They just have to work on that. And lastly, they have to take care of their early game farm. Minsan, nasa-sacrifice ng Team Falcons yung kanilang farm dahil lang gusto nilang pumalag sa mga team fights na hindi naman din advisable para sa kanila. This is something that they have to work on, and maybe ito yung dahilan para makontrol talaga nila yung laro from their perspective. So let's look at Omega versus Team Falcons through the draft now. Back to the casters.
Thank you so much, Wolf. And that's the Howl, the Infinix Keys to Victory there for both the teams, Smart Omega and Team Falcons, to go ahead and get the victory. You guys can let us know what you think, of course, in the comments too. If you agree with those or not, what do you think, boys?
I think Omega punishing the Falcons' non-scaling mid should be something Falcons is aware of anyways, because check this out. 2 of the Brawl era graduates were once cores, quote-unquote. You're looking at Haji, who once played in the jungle, and then Few, whatever you wanted to call that role. He once played Granger. His Selena was once played an assassin and won them single-handedly on a championship in Season 2. So they both should know how important it is to scale with damage in mid.
Yeah, and if you do that for Falcons, that means that you'll have a higher chance of being able to really take care of your early game farm. So if Omega's going to be looking at the non-scaling mid lane choices of Falcons, well, Falcons, inverse of that, start looking really deeply into your scaling mid heroes. Take care of that, so then that you also have a higher chance of being able to protect your farm early on, because that's been one of the struggles here for Kyle Teasy.
Let's think about this, just for our viewers out there's sake. What are some examples of non-scaling mid choices here?
Non-scaling?
Yeah, non-scaling.
Aurora.
Yeah.
Zushin.
Yeah. You want to get heroes at even up until the late game. You're gonna be able to dish out a lot of damage. Considering that we did see Farsa and Kagura shown up for these two,
those scale,
and that those do scale. But then at the same time, it's not just in terms of like what you're gonna be picking. It's like, are you gonna be able to facilitate your rotations so that the Kagura and Farsa scale comes a little bit quicker, that it doesn't have to wait up until past 10 minutes so that you can actually feel them damage. That's why you're gonna keep it close. That's why you see on the side of Omega, one of their main conditions is to really take care of their river control. Because if you lose the river, then you're going to lose that scaling for your mid.
Yeah, we'll see if they do. Again, the early game is in a very interesting place right now, and we have put a magnifying glass too, I feel like, on the XP laners a lot so far, which started last season and then it's carried over into now, just because again the meta itself has shifted slightly. And we'll take a look how the rest of this last ban for the first phase goes. You got the Kalea and the Phobius being taken out by Team Falcons. They're on the blue. And then for Smart Omega on the red, they take out the YSS and the Wan.
I feel like Falcons might let through the Lancelot and then trade it for the Baksha.
Yeah. If it's not going to be banned out here by Omega, I think I definitely lean a little bit more towards the Molotov if you have a choice, then pick up the Baksha now. Omega, it seems like they're more than willing to give the Baksha to Falcons. We'll see how that's going to be faring for them. I think Falcons are also going to be thinking of, you know, those surprise Juicin first picks, or surprise CC first pick, but it's tried and tested. Baksha is one of the best, if not the best options that you could go for in the first pick.
And then what can happen is Omega can actually invest in their mid duo first, and then later sneak it through. Red 3. I was gonna say,
wow,
the Fanny, but no, they just went. This rarely happens, by the way.
Yeah, I thought they would wait at least a little bit here.
Double core pick.
They go, yeah. That doesn't happen often.
I think they're already looking towards that fuse going to be.
Muli kami nagbabalik mga sir, MPL PH Season 16. Week 2, Day 3! Falcons versus Omega.
Omega!
Magawa na nga bang makabawi
Omega.
ng Falcons?
Omega!
Omega, magawa nga bang manalo against Falcons?
Uy, don't allow, uy! Oo, makikita pa yung mga ano ko dyan.
Pero first 3, aking mga kasamang...
Falcons ako first 3.
Falcons din ako first 3.
Ganda naman yun.
Pero, tingnan natin, mag-vary pa rin naman yun sa magiging next pick ng Omega.
Gigil kasi itong Falcons, boss.
Gigil talaga yun.
Paano yung gigil?
Eh na guys, kung di nyo alam guys ha, yung lapo lang na may talo na naalala ko, si James pa lang.
O, ba't tina-highlight mo si James, boss?
Kasi sa gitno eh.
Ba't parang ano, gusto mo i-highlight yung mali ni James?
Uy!
May something ka ba kay James?
Puro na lang mali na papansin. Nawala yung pang-addict ko na ano, pay, yung ano. Paningot ko na kulay ano.
Uy, anong singot?
Boss, ano naman?
Yung pagka-absent namin sa Cambodia, natala namin ng panghinayang pa rin kami. Kaya di namin mabigay yung full potential.
Yun nga yung sabi niya.
Yes!
Diba sabi ko nga sa'yo, in-interview sila, tas parang apektado pa rin daw sila noon. Kaso dapat maano na nila yun ngayon ha. Matanggal na nila yung ganong mindset. Kasi week 2 na po tayo.
Wala pa silang panalo no? Meron na ba?
Meron na.
Kanino?
Sa TNC.
TNC, tinusilo nga sila ng TNC kahapon eh.
Ay, hindi, basta alam ko meron silang panalo.
Okay, AP Brad.
Aurora.
Kung saan pa yung malakas sa team.
Oo, Aurora tinahal nila. 2-0 nga yun eh. May palo rin. May palo rin, boss.
May tira din talaga.
Palag din eh.
Palag din. Pero gusto ko yung third pick ng ano.
4.5 handicap.
Omega? Hindi naman makakapatay yung lineup nila eh.
Ng Falcons?
Paparm lang yan eh. Ito may chance pamatay lang pamatay. Pero sa late game kasi, dito ako sa late game.
Sa Falcons? Moscow kasi, no?
Hindi, pati feel ko.
Tsaka jungle na tong ano eh, Baksha eh.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa ba?
Pwede i-roam yan.
Flex pa nga yan eh.
Pwede i-roam yan.
Tapos roam mga, ano?
Hindi, pwedeng, basta flex yun dalawa, pwedeng maging roam yung Arlot, pwedeng maging XP. Yung ito, pwedeng maging roam XP jungle. Yung Baksiya.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
Yung Moscow jungle. Chichigol.
Pwede uli, isa pa.
Chichigol din, no?
Hindi naman siguro magagano si
Pero
Trevor.
ganda nung ano, gusto ko yung ban ng Omega, tinanggal na nila si Few.
Kaso feel ko na tinatanggal yung Parsa eh.
Bakit?
Eh nakahaya ano ka na, palapo ka na eh.
Surprisingly, Falcons nagtanggal ng
Hindi,
Kadura.
baka iniipit nila mag-ib tong Falcons.
Hindi, ano yan, feel ko Valentina lang gagamitin yan.
Balin.
Ubusan ng Mage. Zushin, wala na rin, no?
Balin Louie lang yan, si Pew.
Eh sila nag-ib.
Nag-Chang-U.
Patay ka sa Hayabusa.
Shout out kay Efren Mike. Yan.
Reyes.
Parang Efren, share mo na naman yung live stream natin. See? Hero na si Super Yoshi. Ruby na lang siguro. Doon siya malakas eh. Joe?
May hero niya rin yan.
Tingin mo, Miko.
Hero niya yan.
Pero, nung nakita ko kasi siya nag-show nung nakaraan, parang...
Oh, ba't nung nilagay siya?
Uy.
Parang present ko?
Hindi, parang dalawang sipa lang yung nakita. Ba't tinaano mo yung sarili mo eh? Ako nga yung nagtataas sa'yo lagi.
Ano sinasabi mong
Eh kasi,
Chuko?
kasi dati naalala ko yung sinasabi mo, pag naka-choco eh, nare-review ko yung Just ML dati eh. Parang tawagilid yung mga sinasabi mo sa akin pag nag-choco eh. Di ba yun tayo?
Hindi yan.
Ano ang viable pick ng Falcons?
Hero ni Pew kasi talaga eh. Valentina ba? Para Way of the Dragon or yung ulti nila?
Valentina Louie
Bravest
siguro.
Fighter?
Nagloye.
Ay, oo, open yung Louie.
Valentina or Loie.
Or what if Aurora?
Valentina. Ganda ng hero nila po. Ay, gragi! Sobrang sarap naman ng Arlot dito sa pick na to.
Daming crowd control.
Sa ano pa lang, sa badang, badang skill pa lang ni badang eh.
Walang papatay sa back sa early game.
Depende dito. Sa mid. Kimi.
Chang'o.
Kimi na!
Chang'o.
Ano pa ba sa Kimi?
Kimi.
Wala pa ba sa Kimi?
Ay, walang
Legit.
aabot.
Kimi na, Haji.
Kimi.
Makinig.
Kimi.
Kimi na talaga na kita.
Kimi mo na, Haji. Haji, Kimi mo
Ay,
na, Haji.
nagtatanong, okay ba to? Okay ba to? Louie?
Hindi ko trip.
Hindi ko siya na masyadong na.
Hindi ko siya hindi siya tulad ni Prince ni ni Sanji na pag nakaluyi. Takot ka eh. Hindi ko trip, hindi ko alam.
Based on drop, mga tropa, prediction nyo.
First,
Nico?
game on, Falcons ako dito.
Falcons din ako.
Falcons.
First turtle? Ikaw, Sir James, saan ka dito?
First turtle.
Ano ako dito?
Hindi,
Falcons
kung
ako. First
win
turtle.
talaga, Falcons sa drop lang. Parang, ang dali kasing laruin ng ano na to.
Lang
ng
position
Arlo.
nila, naka-position nila.
Kasi sabihin natin makaset up lang.
Yun.
Dire-diretso yun.
Tapos si Few, mag-purify lang to para di masipa eh.
Tapos, ang malaga dyan, wala silang kasi pang side, hindi naman gaya niyan. Ni Ryzen yung most kumama eh.
Oo. Kahit masetapan niya yan.
Wala ka naka-purify, walang suspeto ko yan, Walang nag-purify.
Ba?
First turtle, pag nakuha ng Falcons yung first turtle lang may buff si Ryzen, hindi na siya makakapag-buff. Suguri siya yan.
Eh, paano kung sabihin natin mag-snowball tong lineup ng ano?
Ayun, pwede yun. Ayun
Omega.
talaga pinakamaganda nilang gawin.
Kasi pang snowball din tong lineup na to eh. Harit, Hayabusa. Pero kung sakaling tumagal to ng late game, tapos ang boxing feeling ko.
Pero, ang papanalo dito si James.
Bakit?
Kailangan siya una mag-level 4. Tapos talo na niya si Kyle.
Kung ikaw si Pio, ano pinakamagandang agawin?
Pero binibilisan nila.
Kailangan nila bilisan. DP.
Diversion?
Sipa din, para may pamprotek ka sa sarili mo.
Pwede.
Figure na si Haji, ba't kasi ito?
Ganun boss
Wala na siyang, patay na siya sa first turtle. Ayun yung bagong ngayon, bagong rotation ngayon.
Ano?
Ubus green.
Talaga, bago mag...
Ayun, bago lumipat sa kabilang side.
Ganun. Eh, di ba dapat mag-level 4 ka na 1 minute and 30?
Oo. Hindi, para yung rotation ng Hayabusa, pagtapos niya, wala siya makukuha iba. Parang ganun.
Hindi lang ako fan talaga ng ano. Sa ganitong lineup ng Omega, walang naka-purify kahit si Marco sana. Nakakatakot yung pag nadikitan ka ni Yoshi.
Kaso kasi, pag nag-purify ka, di ba mas nakakatakot pag nadikitan ka ni Ryzen?
Ni James.
Nilapo, no?
Ni Ryzen din.
Ni James. Pick your poison na lang talaga.
Kumbaga, mas pwede mong ilagan yung sipa, di ba, if ever.
Sabi ni King, Riel, naka-over ang mga tropahan, paring King.
Over? Wala magpakapatayan dito yan.
Sabi ni Pablo,
Mauna mag-level 4 si James.
Duration.
Mauna mag-level 4 si James.
Hindi. Mauna mag-level 4 si Flap.
Hindi, si James.
Si Flap nakakuha ng ano yun, tinan mo.
Saan?
Flap level 4 na, si James level 3 pa lang. Si Flap nakakuha ng crab eh.
Si Flap ba?
First turtle kaya?
Kailangan si James mag-direct na ng laro. Ay, nakita si James. Tapok si James. Level 4 na si James ha. Level 4 si Pew. Ay, kukunin ni Pew yung ulti nila po. Legit guys, legit. Kukunin niya yan.
Ano yan? Lakas sa early niyan eh.
Ayun na, kukunin. Diba, ko sa'yo eh. Gago, favorite niya yan, pre. Ayun, favorite niya yan, pre. Boom. Wak. Boom. Asa transform.
Tas out.
Transform.
SOD tumama pa.
Alam mo ba't sinabi kong kukunin niya yan?
Bakit?
Kung naalala niyo nag-champion yung AP brand dati, yung brand. Favorite ni Pew kunin yan eh. Ulti ni Yuzo, ulti ni Lapo.
Tsaka early pa lang kasi talagang sobrang lakas ng epekto ng ano, ng Bravest Fighter sa Valentina ng early. Wala ka pa namang damage dun eh.
Slow na walang flicker si Haji that time.
Sabi ni Ryan Kaputilya, 2-1 yan, Omega, panalo dyan.
Okay po.
Guys.
Hindi, mahirap guys. Mahirap manalo Omega dito.
We'll see. Dahil currently, lamang yung Falcons. 1-0 yung score natin, leading ng almost 1k gold lead.
XP di po.
Bakit? Level 8?
Isang level.
lang, nagkakapatayan ah.
Pangit ang TV.
Pagkain na si ano.
Maingat pareho ah.
Bagal ng reaction ni Flap nun. No?
Dali kagad siya.
Hindi, feel ko kung yung nag-ulti pala, ayun lang.
Gold plate sa gitna naman.
Hindi, feel ko kung
Hindi makakapag-gold plate din sa taas eh.
Oo. Gold trade lang rin sa ano yan, sa Omega yan, kahit pa paano.
Si Ryzen makakuha eh.
Pero kumbaga kung nakita mo tumalon na yung lapo doon, no?
Ah.
Kung batak si Flap nung time na yun, no? Ay! Wala pala siya flicker! Okay lang, tama lang. Huwag nyo kasi gina-judge. Uy, taba ni Ryzen, ha?
Siya yung nakakuha ng ano kanina.
Naka-counter-strike na siya, gagi.
Siya yung nakakuha ng sunod-sunod na gold plate. Kyle TZ. Possible pick-up.
Si Yoshi na
Huli
pili.
dito si Yoshi.
Ang daya nung
Bibigyan
ano?
nga.
Ang daya nung badang back siya. Wala pa yung Arlot dun ha, na ano yun, nasaktan na sila.
Pag nagsama yung dalawa.
Tatlo na yan. Kahit yung tatlo lang eh. Ops, first item. Lamang si Marco ng 100. Ayan na, lamang na si James.
Patay kasi.
Parang hindi ko trip yung first item ni Yoshi.
Ano ba?
Robe.
Robe?
Pwede siguro, okay lang naman. Baka yung inisip niya kasi si Valentina pati si Bakshi mapatay sa kanya, no? Pero ko si Flap kasi yung ano sa kanya, magsama si Flap eh.
Ang intense, kahit tahimik.
Sipa. Nice one. Is pa second skill Ogwen. First skill ulti.
Delikado ata yung pwestuhan doon. Ni Haji, mga tropa.
Busa
Pero
tayo.
mabigat view.
Hindi nag-connect si ano, pre. Mali ni Flap yun. Patay na ni ano yun eh, patay na ni paano nun?
Nina.
Ni Pew yun eh. Yung last na galon ni Lapo, nag-flicker swipe siya, hindi tumama.
Ayun lang.
Hindi tumama yung ano. Papapflicker.
Pero dahil doon, napunta na sa Omega yung kalamangan ngayon.
Pero kasi late game yan, malakas na eh.
Pero yung snowball potential kasi yung inaano ko talaga dito, parang nakakatakot pa rin ko ikaw yung ano.
Tsaka masyadong feeling ko pag hindi nag-connect yung sa Falcons, wala na, fall off na sila. Lalo kung na-bait pa.
Eh kaso, Moscow pa rin ni Marco yan. Kung hindi nyo matatarget mamaya sa late game.
Feeling ko nga yung 1v1 ni Netsuki yun.
Hindi kaya ng ano yan.
Arit. Kahit late game.
Sabi ni Pablo, parang na-curse daw yung Falcons, laging champion last year. Ngayon parang nahihirapan na sila.
Na-cancel, gagi. Na-cancel ya.
Pero patay pa din.
Ipit si Do.
Ubus sila.
Matakas pa, nakataas si Ogwin.
Maubos ata sila dito.
May bravest fighter si Pew ha. Land shaker, hindi tatama.
Walang ano si Nets ha. Grabe si Flap TC. Pero medium. Okay lang. Sen! Masaki mid! Okay. Ayaw niya.
Sunod yung second skill niya pag ano.
Sa labo-labo. Sado nga badang nga.
Oo.
Ganda nung huli ni Kyle.
Saan ma-cancel niya yung kay Ogwen, no?
Hindi pa pinilit basagin ni Ryzen yung...
Hindi, wala na siyang shadow eh, hindi ko alam.
Ano ba comms niya?
Hindi, sa mid, papunta siya sa mid eh.
Siya ba nakakuha ng first turtle kanina?
Lahat Falcons.
Kuha nila lahat.
As push sila bot. Isa na lang siguro yan si Marco, Trinity na.
Pero dikit pa rin yung gold Kahit sabihin mo 64 score natin, may pera yung kuponan dito ng Omega.
Shot ko lang to.
Yaman ni Ryzen. Piling ko yung
Ikaso,
gold na kay Ryzen talaga eh.
Sinasabi mo nga kahapon pagdating sa shot
Sa Lord fight no, hindi sila
lugi yung Omega eh.
Tignan natin, baka nag-adjust naman. Ang taba ni Marco. Taba ni Marco. Lamang si Ryzen 1,000, lamang si Marco lang 1,000.
Sino lamang kay Ryzen tsaka kay Marco?
Wala, lamang ko talaga Moscow dyan niya. Kasi ang Moscow, magpa-farm lang naman all the way. Yung jungler, kailangan mo pang position sa Lord fight
sa bagay.
Si Ryzen, yung Moscow all the way, nasa bottom lang yan eh. Wag lang dito mama yung SOD. Aray ko, sayang item mo.
Sa ngayon, pwede pa yung bravest fighter agawin niya yung mga mid game. Pero pagdating ata ng late,
hindi na yan. Yung TP na yan.
Lalo na pag tumalon siya,
ano
sobrang lambot niya din.
Nakita si Chu.
Nagtipi.
Nakita yung TP. Kita yung TP.
SOD, di tatama.
Grabe yung ginagawa ni Kyle TC kay pre
Kay Haji.
Kay Haji
Di makagalaw.
Grabe si pre.
Pinorse yung flicker.
Bravest Fighter pa rin yung kinukuha.
Wala pa naman damage sila.
Yan na mirror sila ni Ogwen. Pak! Aray ko.
Tapang ni Pew sa ganyang Valentina.
Alam niya din kasi.
Ba't nag-bravest fighter si James?
Saglit lang ang cooldown niya.
Yan na, ginagawa na nila ya. Naka-adjust si Omega. Di ba last time, ayaw nila mapuposisyon sa ganyan Lord? Yan, pumusisyon na sila.
Mga gusto magpa-shoutout guys,
Ay,
share nyo lang yung live stream natin. Make sure lang na naka-public yan.
Mag-show sa top si Ryzen. Show sa top yan. Basta labanan nila yung bottom. Tignan mo ha. Show sa top yan si Ryzen. Lalaman sila ng bot. Oh, di ba? Tignan mo yung ano.
Sabay diver.
Di ba? Eh, nalaman.
Kita sila ha.
Pre, alam mo bakit? Pre, alam mo bakit, pre? Ubus yung ano, pre. Pak, ubus. Alam mo na, anong mali?
Ano mali?
Greedy masyado yung Omega.
Ang lapit naman ng
Greedy masyado. Hindi, greedy masyado, Sir Jom. Nag-clear sa top yun, hindi nyo kailangan mag-show sa bot. Ang layo nun, hindi makaka-respo yun, di ba? Ano lang, basic analysis lang na.
Sila ng ano, totally inabangan sila ng...
Ni Kyle, alam no?
Ni Kyle DC doon. Tinalong kagad ni Ogwen eh. May retry pa si Ryzen.
Si Flap TC, nakarangan ni Flap TC siya.
Tatalon si James.
Ano ba sila?
Ryzen, retry yan, na zone.
Uy! Wow, ni ano? Na-stun siya. Kita, na-stun siya. Pero subos na tayo Super Marco dito ha. Out na. Nakuha niya, James. Na-stun si, paano nun? Si Kyle TC na-stun.
Dahil doon, tatagal pa to. Tatagal to. Save by James. Pero ba't mo binabanggit si James? Tingnan mo, nagaw ni James.
Busa inyo, ba't galit?
Sisagit lang naman yun eh.
Siyempre, kapwa niya explainer yun.
Uy, taas mo to.
Sabi ni Brutonel?
Brutonel.
Baka si Prop yan.
Omega daw.
Ha?
Oh, sabi ni Christian Agong, anong na-stun na... nauna daw mag-retry si Kyle.
Tingnan natin, wala na, hindi ni-reply.
Ganda na ginagawa ni James.
Baka nauna mag-retry tapos na-stun.
Pwede. Or dapat ata, isa lang sa zone out sa kalaban eh.
Ang dami nila doon.
Ang dami, iniyaan nila si Kyle TC no. Si Pew, si Flap, si si Ogwin eh.
Boss, sa ang team na, si Coach Daki.
Ang taba niya no.
Falcons pa rin guys, pero ano na siya?
Minsan yung nasa Falcons Mena siya.
Falcons Mena.
Uy.
Tapang mo ata dyan, Jinx.
TP, alam din nila eh. May flicker ba, Chu? Walang flicker yun, Chu.
Ito yung pwedeng i-take advantage ng Omega.
Yes.
Yung may Louis sila, tapos may pushing lahat ng wave. Pero Kyle TC,
Pinuhabol talaga, no?
gagawa ng play.
Lambot ni Kyle, Wala, ang taba ni Ryzen, 9K si Ryzen.
9K?
Sa ganyang Hayabusa atap, kaya mo patayin si Marco.
Isang Lord lang.
Ayan
Tumalog kagad yung
endless
Bulls sa
battle.
Omega.
Ayan na, last item na lang siya. BOD, si Ryzen, BOD, Imo.
Kailangan pa ng
Rose Gold
Winchat
na
ni
lang.
Marco. Gusto niya mag-survive mamaya kay Ryzen.
Pawinchat na siya, isang item na lang. Recipe na lang.
Mas malipik.
Malipik gun.
Item check.
Ayan o,
Winchat
recipe
ka.
na lang. 1,000 lamang, 3,000 lamang, Ryzen.
Kanina kay
Kay-
baksa yun eh.
Itong Twilight Armor kay Kyle.
Imo.
Hindi Twilight yan eh. Dalawang belt.
Tatlong ganyan yan.
Kung ikaw si Marco, last item, Malepic ba o Rose Gold?
Malipik gun, kailangan mo na malipik gun.
May Louis, tapos may Harit eh.
Depende kung
Di ba siya nagmalepik?
Wala pa, Winchat siya.
Ayan, sabi ni Christian, legit daw na unang nakitang unang nag-retry. Tapos nahampas ni James.
Huwag kasi kayo maniwala kay Miko. Ano yun eh? Tolongges yun eh.
Sorry.
Hindi na pro yan eh.
Pro kain na lang yan eh. Tsaka
Twilight
puro kan.
Armor. Mga ngaray yung Falcons dito pag nabuo ni Netsuki yung Divine Glaive niya.
Kailangan maswap ni ni Flap TC to.
Wala pa nga siyang setup na maayos.
For Pew, eto na, darating tayo sa point na mas maganda ng diversion yung agawin or Way of the Dragon.
Oo, pang-protect na lang siguro.
Pang-save sa sarili niya.
Ganda na ginagawa ng Omega. Ano alam
nila, di ba? Di ba? Na nila ya. Parang, kaya kasi kahit lamang sila, lugi sila sa lane eh.
Ang tamang recipe sa pagkapanalo.
Di, kahit kahapon talaga, kahit lamang sila, lugi talaga sila sa lane. Tapang naman ni Pew.
Nakuha ni Pew yung sipa.
Di, pang-protect niya lang yan eh.
Kaso kailangan saktuhan mo doon sa talo ni James kasi negate yung crowd control niya.
Uy, si Aji. Kaso mali yata yun.
Next Lord, sino nga ba yung makakaagaw?
Low zip lock. Kaso
Pwedeng hintayin lang mawala yung Bravest Fighter
Kaso
sabay
si sugal nila. Sugal nila ya.
Uy, teka. Tumalon si Pio.
Sino naka-alert? Oh! Ubus ang Omega! Ubus ang Falcons! Ubus ang Falcons, guys!
Kaya ata i-recta?
Tapos na. Ayun, double.
Kaya i-recta?
Ang malas naman ni Kyle TC.
Si Pio ka mo. Parang ang gustong gawin ni Pio, sipain si Ryzen.
Hindi kaya maaga masyado pasok ni Flap.
Maaga masyado, pre.
And Omega!
Grabe, guys.
Uy, gagi, umakamot na sila sa ulo, pre.
Game number 1. Kamot sa hindi makate ang
Aray ko,
nangyari.
kumamot sa ulo. Ang swerte naman ni ano ya. Ang malas naman ni Kyle TC, no?
Dalawang
Lord, di nyo naman ng retry. Wala si Ryzen doon.
Kasi kung yung first Lord nakuha ng Falcons yun, ibang senaryo.
Oo,
Sila ang
taba ng sobra.
Sila ang mag-i-snowball. Pero dahil kay James,
At
nakahanap
kay
ng
Louie.
chance yung Omega to turn the game around. Grabe ngayong season, unpredictable lahat.
Sa totoo
Sabi
lang.
ni Jericho, kamis makita si Sagitno sa lamesa.
Sa ilalim.
Lamesa. Pero that's game number 1. Sa tingin nyo, sino ang MVP?
Ako, Ryzen ako.
Piling ko MVP Ryzen, pero
Pero kung sa game MVP lang.
Nagpanalo, James.
James yan, James.
James.
Kasi hindi naman mananalo yung Omega kung hindi dun sa Lord Steal ni James, dun sa first Lord natin eh. Pero guys, again, watch party lang po ito. Reactors lang kami. Ibabato muna namin kayo sa ating mga official casters. Mamaya, magbabalik kami for game number 2.
Smart Omega has proven that, it's just much different now, and it's crazy because even that last fight, we'll see it probably later, but it was interrupted by a lot of the things that James did, our MVP here for Game 1, and I'm going to stick by. I think that's going to be the thing this season, man. Go with James. Go with James. Because whether it's the Lapu Lapu, whether it's any of the XP laners that he showed us so far this season, you can definitely count on him. 3-3-6 with the KDA, but it was more so of what he was capable of doing, being a threat to really the lineup of Team Falcons as a whole. But I think even then it was like that last fight, I saw I asked the question before it built up, like, who is he going to kick, right? He was holding on to that Cho ultimate, and he died before he got to use it, I think. Like, he didn't really get a chance, because that's one problem with the Valentina, especially when you're holding on to that kind of ultimate. You have to put yourself, and I think he got caught in that interaction with the Louis. He just got bursted down.
Yeah, this is why the Valentina pick to me was quite iffy. I understand that you do have the Terrify, you do have the burst damage, and at the same time, because of how the Baksha works and the Badang works, that could have been a potential snowball condition early on if the Valentina, Baksha, and Badang together were able to chain a lot of kills. Significantly harder to do that now in this metagame, in this environment here in MPL PH, which meant that the Valentina Hero Few, yes, rather impressive 2-3-5 in the final KDA. Still, that could have been something else, because it would have been less risky if you went for a different pick, if you wanted to play a little bit more around the Moskov and the Valentina. Yes, the Falcons lineup now clearly just plays around for the Moskov. A lot of dudes pushing forward so that Super Marco has space. But then again, if you're not checking one of the main damage dealers in that low E, not just like take Harith out of the equation, just the low E alone already messes you up, because then when you look at the MVP pick in the Lapu Lapu for James, even he dishes out a lot of burst damage through his ultimate.
Which is so weird, because like, look at his build. And that's one of the things about the Lapu Lapu right now. It doesn't matter. Like the Fury Hammer is enough to go ahead and help you feel just how much damage a Lapu Lapu can do, and then he's tanky enough to go ahead and take up all this. I mean, look how much damage he actually soaked up. 75,000 there.
All of it.
Basically all of it. And Super Yoshi, it almost made his job a little bit easier on the Cho, where it's like he didn't have to force himself to look for that kick. It's the same concept with Kalea right now. Like, the Kalea shines the most when you have something else, which is usually the XP laner, to help supplement that.
Which is interesting, because James is the hammer, while Yoshi is the scalpel.
The scalpel.
Yeah, because we saw that Yoshi got bursted down several times in that game, and all he really needed to do was get a kick. If he can find a solid kick or a nice knock-up, a 2-3-man knock-up, he's done his job. And that's why he's the wingman. And it's this deadly combo, James and Yoshi.
Yeah.
Teams have to look out for this. Here, I think Falcons did not expect these two to strike so quickly.
Yeah, one of the biggest reasons as to why James got that MVP is because with all of the trouble happening around the first Lord fight that James was able to get the last hit on, it was James pressuring Kyle Teasy, breaking through the formations of Falcons. Omega decided to play back. Super Yoshi was like, all right, I will do what I can, though it may not be much, to peel for my back line. But that meant that James needed to go forward so that at least you have someone in the offensive to increase your chances that Falcons' formation is going to get shattered, which it did, which meant that Kyle Teasy pressed that retribution too early, and it was James miraculously who was able to get that last hit.
And it was great to see. Again, this was a game that was relatively close for the majority of it. It was only towards that end, maybe that first Lord, and then, you know, the next one where things really took a turn for the worse for Team Falcons, and Smart Omega was able to go ahead and find the weak points, really, and pressure it. And maybe, once again, it's about that scaling that we got to see from Smart Omega's lineup, where you just didn't feel that, you know, with Team Falcons lineup. So maybe they have to go ahead and, like we mentioned even before the first draft, it was like, come back to the draft, you know, because I think there was definitely some weak points there.
That's why I was hoping, really, I understand why maybe they could have been so off about the Kimmy, but then that applies another potential carry for your team. I think as the season goes on, and even towards the tail end of MSC, it's clear, multiple options for carry in your team, in your final lineup, usually wins over teams that only have just one dude trying to carry.
Which is weird because they suddenly switched over to the Moskov-centric lineup, which again might work because yesterday it was a Moskov giving them a headache, but they have to evolve their meta is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because they've been through quite a bit of these. This brand of Falcons started, what, season 10? They were around for the Claude Esmeralda Paquito.
Yeah, it's crazy too, again, where you see we currently are with a whole lot of Harith still showing here, of course, but yeah, that's the main thing. I think, again, was the question of, you know, adapting to the new, not just the new era, but even the new meta that has evolved over the seasons.
Yeah, what I love about this graphic is that you see for majority of all of the eras in MPL Philippines, 16 seasons worth, there are at least 2 in the top 3 most picked per season that are potential EXP lane picks, or really beefy dudes that can help hold the front line. It just goes to show the utility mindset that the Philippines has embraced for a majority of the lifespan of the league. But then if you look towards 14, 15, 16, you're starting to see the age of carries, which goes again to the point of the more carry options you have in your final lineup, the more damage you have, the better the chances that you will win.
And that's why we see so many games now where, let's say objectively you secure those turtles, or you know, you're able to do that. But if you have certain heroes, or you just have those mechanics to win crucial team fights, even if you're down, what, 5,000-6,000 gold, which we've seen even up to 10,000 gold deficits being turned over by team fights now, that's where we currently are. So it's funny because earlier we talked about the Brawl meta, or the Brawl era that we were in, and I feel like now, I know this is like, we're quoting this as the new era, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's shades of every era in the new era.
I mean, you have to acknowledge it. You have to respect where we came from, because you never know when someone brings something back and suddenly it's so potent. Which brings me back to Falcons draft. I think one stroke of genius, or one great pick that came out of that draft, despite the whole weird, or maybe some would say unnecessary switch to over the hyper single funnel into the Moskov, the Arlet. I think the Arlet was one of the main parts of that lineup that was doing work.
Yeah.
So maybe keep that aspect of your draft. Again, you mentioned the utility, the crowd control. Arlet has that in spades. I don't know what the conversation was like when they suddenly said, okay, let's just put the Bakshi in the jungle again, and then let's give it all to Marco. I know Marco can do it, but should he have done it?
I feel like for Falcons, as we saw that last pick, I think they were already leaning heavily into the idea that, yeah, we're going to put this Baksha in the jungle. So they tried to go for the throwaway. I actually like the interplay between the Baksha, Badang together. I think multiple times throughout that we did point out how connected it looked Ogwen and Kyle Teasy was.
A combo wombo there.
Combo wombo. But then again, with all of those 4 pieces outside of the Moskov, how they could have interplayed, plopping that Moskov in there, yes, I know they picked that in the first portion of the draft, but then suddenly shifting it and saying, okay, all the focus is on that one singular pick, just throws me off right now. Because in MSC, we saw that one of the reasons why Team Liquid eventually won it all is because they embraced, as you mentioned, the multiple metas that we've had.
Yeah.
Carl Tizzy went Fredrin, he went Hayabusa, went Assassin Tank, and then you see surprise picks across the board. The fact that it seems like they doubled down yet again into something that we saw more of last season, even in season 14, was quite perplexing to me.
It's almost like each draft, even if you're referencing back to MSC, was a shade of a different era, you know, that we've seen. And you look at the teams that are doing this the most successfully, even the team, for example, Twisted, that has done their own little flavor onto it, has adapted really well here. And I feel like even for the fans that have been watching Team Falcons, or, you know, they're going through this rough patch right now, it's like everybody's kind of scratching their head like, is this a struggle with the play style that they were so used to? Remember, these guys played like 1,000+ days together, right?
And counting.
And they played a very specific way. So is it more so, instead of just the individual, you know, changes that need to happen from the individual standpoint, is it more of like the team is together finding this new way to be flexible and adapt to this?
Joseph, you just condensed the collective train of thought and sentiments of all the Falcon guys and gals all over the world watching right now. They lost in IESF, they lost yesterday, they're one game away from losing tonight. All the questions stand.
Yeah.
And we don't have any answers.
All we can do is watch, basically, and hope.
With great pain.
With great concern.
We have some clues, though, because Coach Treb chose to go blue. Stay blue.
Stay blue.
Not just go blue, but stay blue.
So what is that? What is what would be the reasoning behind that? Is it just simply for, contesting priority again in the jungle? Maybe this time they want the YSS or the Lancelot? Is that why teams would opt for blue side if they can?
Well, with the Lancelot and YSS banned by Omega, I think Falcons PH are just gonna try to refine again. I mean, the Baksha, Arlot, Moskov, Badang, Valentina, if they're gonna stick to the Baksha and Arlot, okay, maybe they'll switch out to Moskov. Maybe then they'll also switch out the Valentina. I actually liked the Badang earlier. Badang and Baksha together, the more I see it, I feel like that's a low-key, terrifying combo you're gonna have to worry about, especially if you're an assassin jungle.
I'd hate to be nitpicky, but I think the Valentina was a little too 300 IQ for what was needed in that moment.
Yeah, at that point, we are getting to the era of just like go unga bunga when you can, man. Like, I get it. All right, if you get the Valentina, it has Terrify. You know, you can get the kick of the Cho. You have multiple options for peel. Perfect. What about damage?
What about damage?
Reliable damage.
Reliable damage.
Yeah.
If you have the kid, you just go, it's good. You get it.
Because with the Valentinos, there's always that window. There's always that window once you use the blast there for the Terrify. So I don't know. We'll see exactly what happens here. Of course, like we mentioned, Team Falcons will still be on that blue side. Omega over here on the red. First phase is already done. So this is the YSS and Lancelot are banned out. Is this just Baksha again? Yeah. And then, maybe we see it differently, like we were thinking earlier on, where it could still be flexed, depending on how Smart Omega handles this. But are their picks going to change? I know they can't get the Hayabusa, though.
I think Omega should switch it and go for what I was initially saying in the first game. Keep Sneaky Dean's pick in red 3.
Sneaky
Dean. No! They just straight up do it!
This is...
I don't like fanning early like this because you're throwing no caution to the wind. You're literally leaping before...
Kita na ang funny ni Ryzen. Ika nga ni Miko, mga tropa. As Falcons. Muli, sa pangalawang pagkakataon, back siya uli. Pero mukhang Lancelot na
wala
ng Omega.
Lancelot, wala na.
Orlot.
Team drop.
Walang nabago.
Lapo na lang ulit. Yeah!
Ano ba yung lumason sa kanila kanina?
Lapo. Wala, sila lang, sarili nila.
Sarili nila, no? Kasi parang lamang naman sila sa drop.
Oh, sarili nila ya.
Sa objectives nagkatalo. For Omega. Kung ikaw siguro Omega.
Lapo na.
Tanggalin mo na yung badang. Parang kahit magpanik ang hirap ng may badang.
Hirap talaga.
Lapo na muna.
Siguro nagkamali lang talaga si Flap kanina. Tapos sabi niya, bawi ako, coach. Coach, bawi ako, promise.
Dalag-drop ng Omega.
Tsaka may mga ganun tayo, mga nagkakamali.
Yun, selfie mo na tayo.
Huwag kita dad. Masira na yung charger ko eh.
Ba't masira?
Sira na. Pag nakagalaw, natatanggal na.
Lapo uli ni James, boss. Team Falcons.
Kita pala sa camera.
Abot nga ba tayo ng game 3 or 2-0?
Falcons!
Or 2-0?
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Omega ba?
Ala. Si Lena yung binan. Ala.
No, naman to.
Mamaya siguro, TLPH yung laban mamaya eh.
Ano ka lang, Twisted Minds?
Ayun, mainit yung laban na yun. Exciting yun.
Init di.
Kumukha ni Shinbo yung viewer.
Yan naman, sa likod na naman, oh.
Mali. Wala to. Mahina.
Bancho. Hirapan sila sa Louie.
Bilis kasi ng rotation bigla ng Omega eh. Kahit sabihin mo ma-anticipate mo yung diversion.
Pero hindi, ano na yun, yung first lord na yung magdidikta ng game doon.
Yung alin yan?
Yung first lord yung magdidikta sa first game.
Falcons nga nakakuha nun sila yung mag-i-snowball eh. Sa MPL, kamustahin nga natin?
Sir, diba wala pa yun?
Si Snap ang nag-ano?
Drafter, no?
Nag-drop.
Pero ano yan, bike na dati, sila yung natin drafter.
Ah.
Ito yung analyst, ewan ko ngayon, ba't naging ganyan?
Okay naman yung mga drop ni Snap eh.
Oo nga, 6:15 pa.
Si Alec, ano yan eh, yaman yan eh.
Sino Snap?
Hindi mo taga-Pilipinas yan eh.
Oh? Valentina yung tinanggal nila. Pero hindi ko kasi gusto yung Valentina ni Pio kanina. Hindi ko rin trip eh.
Be, pili ko masyado yung puro bravest fighter na yung ginawa niya.
Pagdating na mid-game, Way of the Dragon. Parang feeling ko hindi na dapat Way of the Dragon kasi parang naging risky yung laruan niya.
Kung may diversion nga yun, baka mas kabahan
pa. Yan yung inisip ko. Kasi may paano sila eh, may badang Arlot sila eh.
Gagi, pag na 2-0 na naman Falcons dito, hindi ko alam kung paano reset gagawin nila. Sila pa naman yung nasa M7 secured ko.
Oh? Week 2 pa lang naman. Malay mo, following weeks, makabawi yung Falcons.
Pero sa ganyan, parang loose streak kayo. Ang hirap nyan.
Siyempre.
Sabi nga ni JH eh, prank lang yan, mga ilang week aangat na uli.
Sa bagay, ganito rin sila last season eh. Struggling din sila eh. Mga early ang inasahan pa nga natin na makapasok ng top 3, Aurora eh. Pero biglang Falcons pala eh.
Yoshi. Ban na yung chow niya. Ni last week yung hero ni Yoshi.
Dito na, Falcons na to. Hindi ko gusto yung hero na yan.
Open yung parsa kaso.
Walang connect eh yun, tinan mo. Puro lang sila laban.
Parang pagkain yung parsa dito kung sakali eh.
Hindi.
Pani lapu-lapu.
Kawawa naman yung yung sushi.
Pwede yan, badang parsa. Para di makapasok yung parsa.
Lapu-lapu
Di makapasok. Hindi yun yung gawin niya. Pag tumalon, yun yung putayin nila.
Pwede.
Kasi dami naman ng CC. Hindi kasi nag-connect kanina. Ewan ko may plan pati kay Pew, no? Ano ba nangyari kay Perds? Nagkasakit ba si Perds?
Hindi ko alam.
Sabi ni J. Mark, mahina na daw kasi talaga Falcons.
Tumatanda na ba?
Hindi naman siguro. Baka nadali, lumalakas lang din siguro yung mga team sa MPL.
Tsaka mayaman na kasi sila.
Ay, oo, open yung kagura ni Pew.
Ay!
Ay, eto.
Ganda.
Ganda naman dun.
Naganda ako sa
Ganda naman ng kupara na yan. Grak na, ya!
O Ruby.
Grak na ya. Tigrill.
Ruby ako dyan.
Tigrill mo.
Ay, okay din yung Tigrill.
Hindi, wala kang yung panakot mo lang yung ulti mo.
Aura lang?
Oo. Para mag-force lang mag-purify si Marco.
Super Marco, oo.
Tapos papatay ni Ryzen. Grak mo lang.
Grak. Ruby.
Hindi ako, Tigrill ako. Okay ako si Tigrill. Pero feeling ko magro-Ruby na lang to si Yoshi.
Johead.
Bakit? Nag-Hylos.
Nag-utility.
Hylos gatot na lang.
Nag-util. Florin.
Hylos gatot na.
Ruby mo na.
Pangit, wala silang harap. Hylos gatot na lang.
Rafaela. Florin.
Hylos gatot na nga ni
Angela.
Grak talaga. Pero hindi na kasi counter yan. Hindi ka katulad dati na pwede mo hanapin yung no? Pwede mo hanapin, di ba?
Hindi, harapan niya lang.
Pero maganda ngayon kasi
may funny.
Hindi, ayun maganda.
Yun nga yung maganda pag maganda yung pwesto nyo tapos naglagay ka ng wall.
Hindi, pati pang secure mo ng turret ng Lord yan eh.
Yung Grak.
Lakas kasi sa Lord yan.
Sabi ni John Lester, kakaiba daw ang barangay ngayon, gigil manalo.
Yes, dapat lang.
Hindi lang barangay guys, lahat ng teams ngayon. Sobrang gigil.
Parang lumakas sila nung umalis si
Si Miko?
Sino?
Ba't si Miko?
Ay,
Miko, di nga siya nakapasok ng playoffs nung umalis ako.
Woy!
Pasok ba kayo playoffs na natin?
Anong season ka ba umalis?
11. 12, Malaysia na ako eh.
Grabe naman yun. Hindi nga sila nakapasok ng playoffs.
Hindi, season 14-15 hindi sila nakapag-playoffs eh.
Okay.
Ay!
Hindi, nakapag-playoffs
Ay,
sila.
14, hindi.
14 nakapag-playoffs sila, 15 hindi na.
14 yung 13, nakapag-playoff sila. Kay Kelra, top 16 sila eh. 14, yun, parehas. 15 sila nakapag-playoffs.
Trash talk ka daw. Game number 1. Nanalo yung Omega. Game number 2. Makabawi kaya yung Falcons, mga tropa. Base on drop uli.
Pwede ako, Omega ako dito. Pupuso ako sa Omega.
Omega ako dyan.
Omega? Omega.
Kaya nila
Hindi, gumanda yung gumanda yung dahil sa crack pick. Ganda ng
Pero may ano din tong ano ha?
Gago, din na yan. Wala nang nakuha si Pew.
Lakas kasi mga aura ng Zushin Grak. Zushin Grak tapos, alam mo hindi pa yung kiniklear yung ano, hindi kiniklear yung wave.
Ito si Ryzen.
Ay, second skill inuna ni ano? Yoshi?
Oo, inarangan, kaya nga nalugi eh.
Oh.
Logi na yung Omega. Ay, logi na yung ano?
Brent?
Ay, Falcons. Ay, bobo, nagkamali patay si LTC.
Naipit na sila dun.
Oray ko.
Mag-i-snowball na
It's a disaster!
Uy, invade.
It's a disaster!
Tilted sila mga sir.
Ayun lang. Ay, sayang! Late naman yung queue.
Tilted na sila.
Pero wala, okay lang yun.
Kaso, si Kalt kasi nabigyan eh. Matatagal yung farming niya dyan eh.
Kailangan, para sure win na yung Omega, kailangan mapatayin ni Ryzen yung Moscow ngayon. Pag level 4 siya.
Maagang mapanish.
Sino
si Pew parang nahihirapan na siya eh. Yung ginagawa sa kanya.
Ang ganda ng pagkakablock ni Yoshi sa mid, legit. Ayun yung hindi nangyari nung kailan, yung block ni Light, naalala niyo yun.
Hindi niya binak?
Hindi, na-block niya yung dalawang side, yung mid, hindi niya na-block.
Paano ba dapat yun? Isasaktoy mo lang
so
sa gitna.
next turtle,
may parang ano.
lamang yung Omega.
Kaya
Kasi kung XP lang ang pag-uusapan.
Kaya mo yun, mix.
Oo naman. Mayroon, madali lang yun.
Level 3 pa lang si Pew ah.
Hindi, lamang yung Falcons.
Nauna pa sila sa
Hindi naman level 4 yung yung Gogi. Mag-i-invade sila ng blue. Hindi.
Nauna sila sa rotation? Kahit...
Hindi, nauna nag-level 4 si Flap kay James. Nakuha ni Flap kasi yung lagi.
Kahit sabihin natin lamang yung gitna ng Omega. Netski, Purify will be used.
Yun, patay ka na next ano.
Sabi niya? Lester, di daw naka-playoff, sabi ni Miko.
Uy. Si Miko
Next turtle kaya, ngayong may mga left. Another solo kill by Ryzen.
Uy, di mama, sayang patay niya sana yan.
Sabay final sweep, no? Final slash. Yoshi.
Boom!
Grabe! Ninegate lahat ng crowd control. Ngayon may wild charge na.
Boom!
Ninegate lahat!
Lahat cancel. Ay! So, pag nag-first skill yung Grak, immune. Pag nag-second skill, immune.
Nag-ulti, immune.
Immune din lahat. So bawat skill niya kailangan mo isakto.
Immune din yan sa ano. Pag na-pull yung
Patay
charge niya
si
ng ano. Yung basic attack ng Grak.
Yan. Second skill. Wala ba siya ulti?
Grabe naman yung Omega ngayon.
Grabe si Ryzen niya.
Ganda ng gising ni Ryzen.
Uy, anong ginagawa mo, Kyle?
Grabe guys, Omega.
Grabe talaga si P.
Feeling ko 2-0 pa din. Possible 2-0 pa din.
Grabe yung Ryzen.
Hindi mo yung gold oh.
Bakit?
500 yung lamang.
Tabarin ni James ya.
Naubos niya lahat ng gold plate sa baba.
First build, War Axe na, walang iya.
Bilis.
Hindi na nga siya nagtaan eh.
Taba ni Super Marco, pero wala. Pag nag-snowball na yan, dito na mag-snowball.
Parehas lang naman din sila ni Netski.
Hindi nga nag-boot si Marco eh. Para ano.
Hindi, lamang si 400.
Nakuha siguro yung crab gold.
Mga crab siguro. Hindi na yan siguro yan.
Pero 3-0, 1K gold lead yung hawak ng Omega. Next turtle, yung pag-uusapan natin.
Wala, papatay. Wala, bibigyan nila. Kasi baka dyan pa sila magkamali.
Mauunang mag-rotate. Hindi sumunod si James.
Hindi nga nila yan.
Bibigay nga nila.
Patay nila
pero
si
patay si Flap. Kung sakali.
Kaya patay ni Flap yan? Tigar. Wala. Dodge na naman yun.
Ay, si Yoshi. Walang ano to eh. Walang flicker to eh. Top 3 man knock-up.
Yan, patay siya.
Ayun na.
Gagi.
Pero nasa gitna sila ng wall ah. Nasa gitna sila ng wall.
Nagkamali yung pumangit pa yung wall. Nagpapangit pa yung wall. Ayan,
patagilid
na.
Kaso ubus pa rin kay Ryzen.
Walang yung si Ryzen magpahaning ngayon niya. Nagbago na.
Dati ba funny?
Funny dati yan eh.
Kung handicap lang.
Nung off-season, saan siya naglalaro? Wala.
Sa Cambodia siyang galing.
Kung handicap lang, wala kang kakaba-kaba.
Oo.
Paano na ang gagawin ng Falcons? 2K gold lead yung hawak na Omega. Si Marco na lang ang aasahan nila. Pero ngayon sinasakal din si Marco sa pwestuhan.
Ulat oh. Ano yung papatay niya? Wala kayong ano.
Siguro dapat ni-respect na lang nila itong ano.
Dapat sila kumuha niyan
James, no?
Lapo masyadong pangit yung bigay nila ng
Ano ba yung tatlong ban nila?
Wala lang.
Parang much better ata. Lapo na lang tinanggal nila, no? Sakal sila sa yung XP.
Oy, shout sa'yo Miguel Mercado, dad.
Shoutout sa'yo, Miguel. Ay, si ano yan?
Taka, tropa ko yan.
Si Miguel.
Si Miguel.
Lampak 1,000.
Miguel Lito.
1,000 lamang.
Mercado.
Si Pio lamang. Ayan, lamang na rin si Hinets.
Iboto si Miguelito. Siya ay Mercado.
Pero kasi, ang daling mag-fail ng
Lamang na
lineup
nga
ng
ng gold si
Omega.
Nets, eh.
Isang pagkakamali lang ni Ryzen dito, tapos sila eh.
Hindi, kaya pa rin.
Mahirapan sila dyan pag nawala ng blue yan.
Hulihin nga lang si Ryzen, ang hirap ni. Pwera na lang kung madali ni Flap.
Pag nawalan ng blue yung mahirap.
Ayun o, na-burst. Kaso,
ulti,
wall
nice
charge. Patay din si Flap.
Grabe yung counter set.
Ayun o, Ogwin.
Walang mana si Pew. Wala nang mana si Pew.
Pero prepare, ang ganda ng trade na yan. Makuha tayo yung blue ni Oggy. Yun lang, yun ang magandang
bibigay yung blue.
Di ba sila makapag-turtle dyan? Makapag-turtle ka ba sa lapo? Tapos papatay ni Ryzen yung top.
Tapos may Bravest Fighter na uli. Ayun o, may Bravest Fighter na uli. Ito.
Papatay ni Ryzen yan.
Solo kill. Hindi pa kaya ni ano yan eh.
Hindi pa niya kaya. Wala pa siyang digits.
Mamaya pa siguro. Ayun na, nakita na.
Pero kung naabangan siya yan.
Ayun na, dumidikit nga sa wall.
Kaya siya yan.
Grabe guys!
Gusto sana ng Falcons kahit pa paano may trade na tower. Kaso nando si Ryzen. Grabe si Ryzen yan. Ryzen ka parang ano din ito. Mala MP.
Tambak.
Mala
Ay,
MP.
mag-ano siya, mag-radiant armor siya, pre.
Sino?
Si Ryzen.
Bakit?
Sarap, ay, mag-ano siya, mag-brute force, gaging, sarap niyan.
Walang papatay sa kanya.
Para kakayanin niya sa side yung
Moscow.
Yung Moscow. Di niya kasi kakayanin kung magpa-full damage siya eh.
Dominance Ice, first item ni Ogwen. Hindi makahanap ng lane si Marco na makapag-farm.
Gaging niya rin
Hindi rin makapag-set siya eh.
Lahat ng lane sakal. Ano sabi?
Uy, may nag-spam.
Pepe. May nag-i-spam ng comment na ibang language, ibang ata.
Ibang website. Okay din yung Omega, no? After week 1.
Hindi, maganda rin ang drop nila. Ang ganda ng adjustment nila sa drop. Pati yung sa plano nila.
Oo.
Nung wala sila plano eh.
Tsaka kami ginagawa ng Omega. Kung nasan si Marco, sinusundan agad. Hindi binibigyan ng chance makapag-farm.
Bagal ni
Sila ngayon nagre-react
Bagal ni Pew.
Tas, si Ryzen lang, napipilitan silang dalawa, yung kailangang umikot, dumipensa.
Huwag lang matatalunan to siya.
Wala nang farm si
Ryzen.
Marco.
Wala talaga siya makapag-farm.
Brute force na siya. Pero lamang lang 500 siya,
Grabe, sumakal ng area yung Omega.
Ganda ng sa graph pick nila, pre.
Nabola pa. Miko, ang pogi mo, sabi ni Wilben.
Uy, Wilben. Aga pa.
Sabi ni Jorbin, ganda daw ng panimula nila, 2-0 Aurora, tapos dire-diretso ng
Dinanalo.
Disaster.
Ay!
Ay!
Bakit gagawin ni Flap yun? May Purify yan. Oo. Okay, nasar na rin siya ni Super Marco.
Nasar lang.
Paano inasa?
Hindi, nag-emote. Gano'n yung pag-tilted ka na.
Sorry mo na.
Wala siyang flicker mamaya.
Lord Void.
Tapos may Lord. Hindi ko bigay ito. Basag yung bottom.
Tapos maging maganda pala yung comeback ng Falcons ngayong MPL, no?
Sila pa magja-champion.
Oo.
So, kailangan mo, ang dami nilang kailangang ayusin, linisin.
Kailangan lang nila mahuli si Ryzen dito. Kaso may counter set kasi sa grak eh.
Kakaiba daw ang Omega at Twisted Mind ngayon.
Kahit TNC.
Kahit AP Bread.
Kahit AP Bread.
May palo lahat. Sobrang unpredictable nga ng ngayon, MPL. Kasi Onyx PH natatalo. TLPH natatalo din. Aurora, sabihin naman natin nanalo sila ng ilang games natalo sila ng Falcons. Tapos yung Falcons natatalo din.
Tinahe.
Pero mamaya, feeling ko pag yung Twisted Minds nanalo sa TLPH, statement na yun.
Oo. The new era.
The new
Has
era is
begun.
coming.
Feeling ko nga kaya eh. Kaya manalo eh.
Kaya naman talaga.
Drop lang. Mabigyan mo ng magandang drop, no?
Pero hindi. Ano yun?
Tsaka comfort.
Tawag dito, bibigyan ng magandang welcome ni Carl Tizzy yun. Feeling ko.
Dapat kaya ng ano to, di ba?
Si Epi the King yun, man yun eh.
Hindi, yung mga bago.
Papalag yun.
Ay, nag-flicker si Marco.
Nag-flicker si Toshi, hindi niya napindot yung ulti niya. Nagkamali siya.
Pero buhay rin naman ata rin kahit nakapag-ulti siya doon.
Kaso taba na ni Ryzen, pre.
Taba ni Ryzen.
Flicker ni Yoshi, kapalit
Kaso
ng
kasi
flicker
panik kasi
ni
yan eh.
Marco.
Sumusugot yan kahit anong mangyari. Kumbaga, mas may error pa rin yung panik, syempre. Pero, kailangan galingan ng Falcons para makalo nila.
Perfect time na.
Oo nga. Trinity.
Tuturon ako. Taba pala ni Pew.
Nakakasabay ng gold kahit pa paano.
So, mataba siya kayo, no? Aji.
Kaso, sobrang yaman kasi ni Ryzen.
Tsaka si Nosha.
Hindi, si Ryzen kasi, huwag nyo alalahanin niya si Ryzen, guys. Papasok at papasok yan. Kumbaga, ang pagpapatay niya ng Bunny, kamalian niya na.
Okay,
Oo, kasi mababouncing ball yan, patay yan eh.
Okay, masibat, di ba?
Basta mababouncing ball lang yan, nasumugod, patay na yan. Ang ano nila dito, si Jace pati si Nets.
Tingin mo, kaya ba to ng Falcons na parang ginawa ng Onyx versus Aurora ng Game 1?
Kaya nila yan.
Nag-flicker si Pew, ha? Daming nagamit, wala din siyang buhay. First Lord yung pinag-uusapan. Conceal play mula kay Ogwen. Final sweep.
Patay si Nets.
Hindi, buhay yata.
Yun, ubos na.
Matakas pa. SOD tumama, pero asa na yung kakampi? Wala na.
GG.
Wala pa. Uy, gago, Super Marco pumasok, bali.
Ha? Wala siya flicker dyan. Uy, teka. Pwede mabigyan? Ryzen? Shutdown?
Patay. Hindi, nakabunot yan. Naka-brute force yan eh. Naka-brute force yan. Puta yun na, parang tanga sila ngayon magano, no?
Pumasok pa si Marco dun, no? Wala na siya kakampi.
Sobrang tilted nila, bro. Ba't ganun?
Tsaka nagkakamali na kahit si Flap nagkaka-error sa mga ano niya.
Wala nang mga ano sa mukha, oh.
Nagsasalta pa ba? Bumubukas pa ba bibig?
Wala. Tumunguya na lang.
Tahimik na.
Si Flap, wala na. Si Flap, shop na lang pinipindot, oh. Si Kyle, wala na, nakayuo na.
Tilted na. Pag ganyan, tilted na.
Bakit kaya? Ano may problema ng Falcons?
Pero feeling ko may late game pa rin sila eh. Aso nawawala na kasi ng pag-asa yung Falcons.
Benta pa rin.
Hindi. Apektado sila masyado nun sa Sibol, guys.
Lumabas ba yun?
Ay, no.
Benta ball sa Sibol.
Ganda nung crack last pick nila.
Ganda. Masasagot mo talaga yung Cupra doon. Si Phil ko di na lang Cupra eh. Ano na lang eh.
Badang
na lang eh. Para ano eh, mas may threat eh.
Tsaka mas okay pa dun sa Arlot nila na XP, no?
Doubles to?
Kailangan, sabit. Tatalon lang si James sa likod.
Ubus ang nila, sides nila. Hina ng depensa nila. Ang ganda ng sweep. Kaso asan yung follow up? Talon mula kay Ogwen. Kaso ang ganda talaga nung Grak, boss.
Tapos na, tower lock na.
GG.
Parang tama maglaro yung Falcons.
Minadali lang ng Omega ng ganun-ganun. Parang binasic lang yung laro, mga sir.
Gogi,
Maniac para kay Nets.
Sakit niyan sa Falcons, guys.
2-0, guys.
Pag wala na sila talaga sa moral.
Grabe yung Omega.
Pag wala na silang moral, yeah.
Hindi sila nakapag-focus. Lose streak na sila eh.
Lose streak, malala.
Tsaka iba pa yung lose streak nila, puro 0-2.
Feeling ko makapag-reset naman sila kasi medyo mahaba yung pahinga eh.
Kailangan eh. Kasi makapag-reset na sila.
Sportsmanship na yan, kaya sila umapir. Pero mag-aaway-aaway na yan pag-uwi. Legit din si Roxanne niya.
Pero sino sa tingin nyo ang pinakamagandang laro ngayon para
sa
Omega?
akin yung coach.
Snap.
Ganda lang pagkakaano
si
nila.
Snap.
Ganda lang pagkakareset nila sa players, pati sa
Pakinggan muna natin mga tropa, yung sasabihin ng ating mga players
Lala.
from Omega. Omega with an upset para sa ating game against Falcons. We'll be back para sa ating Series 2. Babato muna natin sa ating mga official casters.
Some time and some rest. They definitely deserve it and they can come back stronger in week 3. Again, it's still early here in the regular season. They still have plenty of weeks to go ahead and turn things around for Team Falcons and all their fans out there. But right now, too, this just goes to show how competitive, once again, this season is. Smart Omega it looks clean. Again, this is a version of Smart Omega maybe we haven't seen in a while, but I can't wait to hear from them on their winners interview. Let's throw it over on stage with Hans Odin and Smart Omega.
Now this is a way to end week 2. Once again, your winners, Smart Omega! An incredible sweep na nakita natin mula sa barangay. Coach Lembot, I want to be able to talk to you first. So I'll give this to you. Kanina kasi, noong game number 1, I was watching at the audience. Nakikita ko kayo sa player area. Nung nanalo kayo noong game number 1, you had a sigh of relief. You had, parang natanggalan ka ng tinik sa lalamunan. How does it feel to be able to win that game number 1? Ano bang motivation mo kung bakit kailangan maipanalo nyo tong larong to?
Motivation, syempre yung family. Tapos sobrang saya nung nalabas namin yung tunay na laro namin.
I like it. Nailabas na nila completely kung ano ba talaga ang bagong barangay for Season 16.
That's right. I am impressed dahil na-sweep nyo to ngayon. And pumunta muna tayo to someone na matagal na rin talaga nating nakasama, which is Haji. Haji, ang tagal na namin na nakasama ka here sa MPL, no? Ikaw rin ang isa sa tinaguriang kasama sa Brawl era. Kasama ni na JP, ni na Carl, and few. Anong masasabi mo sa legacy na meron na kayo dito sa MPL?
Legacy? Ano sabi ko dun?
Legacy na ang meron kayo.
Oh, you know what, Haji? Pwede nating ibahin ng konti. Ano ba yung pakiramdam mo? Nagbabago ba whenever you compete? Kasi ang tagal mo nang nandito eh. You've been here since like what? Season 2, Season 3. At ngayon nagko-compete ka pa rin. Nagbabago ba yung approach mo sa game? May iba ka bang kailangan na paghahanda na gawin?
Syempre nagbabago yung mindset ko. Dati kasi mindset ko, parang sarili ko lang iniisip ko eh. So ngayon, mindset ko na teamwork na talaga. Ayun. Hindi ko na iniisip yung mga stats eh.
No more about the stats. No more about the numbers, Odin.
And dito naman sa tabi ko, James.
Opo.
Nanalo kayo against Team Falcons with a 2-0 sweep. Do you think it's the time na ng pagbangon ng Smart Omega?
Para sa akin, no. Lalo na kapag nakakita yung head coach namin.
I like it.
Para sa akin, no, pagbangon na namin to, lalo na pag nakakita yung head coach namin.
Ayan, yung head coach daw nila na shout out pa.
Shoutout. Pero James, no, parang ibang aura mo ngayon, ha? Wala lang, napapansin ko lang, ha?
Iba
Kasi
yung
ibang
ngiti niya
mo
this
ngayon.
season. Oo.
Ano bang meron sa mga kasama mo ba in general? Ano bang meron sa Smart Omega ngayon?
Masaya lang ako masaya lang ako na nakapaglaro ulit ako ngayong season.
And you know, without being said, Odin, I think, James, bibigay ko sa iyo yung floor para pasalamatan lahat ng barangay na mapunta ngayon at syempre yung mga nanonood sa kanilang mga tahanan.
Ayun, thank you so much sa mga nag-effort na manood sa amin at sumuporta sa amin ngayong match namin. Sana wag kayong magsawang supportahan kami. At shout din sa mga nanonood dyan na hindi nakapunta dito sa venue. Thank you sa inyo lahat.
There we finally have it. Once again, your winners, Smart Omega! The barangay has claimed victorious and they will now get another win para mas lalo pang mapalago ang kanilang contestant in this season.
And you know what's impressive with Smart Omega? Every week and every day, parang pinapakita nila ang bagong barangay.
Ito na rin siguro, yung bagong lason or the poison never really left. We're about to find out more about this match with our casters.
Thank you so much, Hans Odin. And of course, once again, congratulations to Smart Omega. Yeah, James is smiling different, guys. He needs the merch. Give him the merch.
Go with James.
Go with James.
A happy James is a happy team, it seems like. We didn't get to see him smile as much last season, but now this time we're seeing him smiling. Especially when you've got a Fanny in a perfect game, 5-0 and 5. A Fanny pick that has been questioned, struggled in MSC, was reinvigorated somehow. Teams found a way to reincorporate her, and it seems like you do that through a Grok. through extra walls.
Just bring up the walls, man. Bring up the ramparts. But also that last team fight in the base when maybe we'll get a glimpse of it here in the MVP highlights, but there was so much crowd control, and like even Team Falcons felt that tectonic charge multiple times throughout this game. The Grok appeared, I feel like, a couple times it was yesterday, and now here I think we're going to see it more and more.
So that means Falcons have a 0% win rate against the Grok, at least this weekend alone.
Oh,
this has been a thorn on their side.
It's going to be nightmares.
Ooh. But one thing I can say for sure is there was nothing sneaky about what Dean Sumagi did here. Ryzen played clean. He's clean Dean now in my books. This is again, a renaissance in terms of Fanny play, because apparently you can do, I don't know, you could do these things with Fanny.
Sneaky Dean, clean Dean.
He's clean Dean.
And there's dirty Dean.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, the positive dirty Dean.
Yeah.
we saw the not so good dirty Dean a while back.
Yeah, it feels like what Hans mentioned about the Lason or the Venom. It's not the Venom anymore. They're just playing clean.
Yeah.
This is textbook fundamentals that OMG are playing with, that even veterans like Falcons are struggling to face.
Yeah. Old school OMG was like, whoa, that jank works? How does it work?
It's like putting duct tape on something.
Yeah, and then it works out. It seems okay. I see the vision here for Omega this time around. No, there are just some things you really got. Like,
yeah.
I remember our interviews that we used to have with Coach Snap on what used to be the Infinix game Tambayan, where he would just really explain, oh no, it's because with this hero and this hero together, you get this, it works out, the good synergy. And that's exactly what we see with a Grok, Juicin, and a Fanny together in the center of the map.
It's smart tech.
Yeah, it's smart
What's
tech.
working for Omega now, and it feels like their strats and their execution is 3D printed. It's just so clean. It's just, that's simple. I didn't know you could do that. And apparently they're doing that now.
I feel like they needed this though, man. It's been a rough couple like past seasons for Smart Omega, but especially for this, like you go ahead and you just have this. It's in a way, it's like this hope for Smart Omega that they can continue to even make this better. Again, when they get wins like this, that's obviously going to have a morale effect, I feel like, on them. But I think that's the main part. We've seen a couple of different variations of their draft, but they execute it really well, like whatever they end up drafting. Now, for Team Falcons, on the other hand, I feel like, we mentioned that with this draft, it's like they have good damage from both the Kagura and the Moskov, but I guess they just got kind of thrown up in the air too much. There was too much happening to try to keep up with what Smart Omega was throwing at them.
They have good damage, but they do not have great damage. Omega has great damage just through the Harith, just through your side lanes alone. Even if you cover your mid lane picks, Lapu-Lapu and Harith already provide great damage.
Yeah.
You saw there right in the end, even though Marco had a lead over the Harith, it felt like he didn't have a lead over the Harith. It felt like he didn't get to the key items before him. Yes, naturally, the Harith does just have the pure raw damage advantage against the Moskov, but the way that you cover that is you help facilitate the Moskov with damage in other parts of the map, so it isn't just the Moskov dealing the damage.
And I think that's what put Falcons in this specific position. Their decision-making suffered because of the whole paradox of, so we need to do this so that Marco can do this, and then when it's Marco's turn to make these big-ticket calls,
it doesn't happen.
No, that last fight happened where he jumped in where he shouldn't have.
It's tough to see. Again, Team Falcons, a team that a lot of people they're still the Titans. And hopefully they can figure something out leading into week 3. Now, before that, we're going to have to go ahead and let you guys know, if you want to be featured on the next MPL Philippines Superfan of the Month, all you have to do is join the MPL Philippines official group, engage with the community, and just keep those interactions positive.
Share with us some great insight, maybe stuff that we wouldn't know about. As long as it's MPL-related news and updates, put it in the group for your chance to be named as the MPLPH Superfan of the Month.
I would like to be a super fan, but obviously I'm here, so I guess that makes me. I think we could still be super fans.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to, also not only to be a super fan, but you want to showcase your esports skills and passion for gaming by organizing your own local tournaments, you can through eProject Esports for everyone.
Participants in this program will be provided with special access to tournament modes, in-game items, diamonds, and more.
Yeah, a lot of our professional teams, players went through the e-project. So visit the MPLPH website for more information and how to apply.
There you go. There we have it. Our first match for the last day here. Week 2 is already done. I mean, I'm surprised. I feel like Renmar's going to have to decompress a little bit too, because
I'm
clearly,
fine.
you know,
don't touch me.
The gears are grinding a little bit.
Fine.
You know, the most analytical people. This is what happens. Right?
I'm scaled.
Well, maybe we have to hear the answer of what exactly it sounded like with Smart Omega winning that one. Let's have this mic check.
Game mabubuhat ko.
Nice one.
Nice one, boy. Play ka. Load nyo lang.
Nakaimbi ka bra.
Nairoon na natin. Ay, nakaimbi ko. Buhay pa ako. Iroon natin. Sobat na. Ito, back siya. Walang ano, pre, gulong. Walang palap. Kalma. Walang player mo. Moskop nga. Patay. Kanya sa kanya. Alot boy. Walang player, boy. Please, tapasoy ka na. Subak siya. Pre, back siya. Pero back siya nga. Awin na. Ingat ah. Di boy ako pre. Bayatin ako. Tingin niya. Back siya. Moskop nasa likod ah. Ako harap. Saan ka Moskop? Hiro lang.
Just caught the tail end of the
tail end of that. Yeah. That was probably, at least for me, the most calm and clean comms I've heard so far.
Yeah. What I like about it is that the comms did not fully translate what was happening, because there's so much happening, but the comms are just like, you want this guy? Baksha. Just go back. And even then, the moment where Super Marco entered, I think it was James or someone was calling, there's going to be no follow-up here. Oh, look, the Moskov came in. Take the Moskov out.
And knowing these gentlemen, knowing them on a personal level, they're very tame. They're very disciplined versions of them when they're in-game.
Yeah. Again, congratulations to Smart Omega. This is exactly what I feel like they needed, and Team Falcons, and you know, they're the nest out there. I know you guys are hoping the same thing. So again, share your thoughts with us online, the MPL Philippines official group, and let us know. But again, keep it positive, guys, because again, these players, you know, they feel it too. We saw the quote on the struggles that they've had so far this week, and I don't know, maybe we'll see a little bit of a change-up. Who knows for Team Falcons going into week 3, but nonetheless, they still have that veterancy. We've talked about the eras for these players, and they can go ahead and adjust quickly on the fly, I'm sure. So, and for Smart Omega, they continue to go ahead and improve and get the wins here. So that's match 1. Like I said, for us, the We Bear Bros, it's been amazing to see. We still have another match for you guys, but before that and the break, we are going to be going and to visit Wolf for another visit of the Howl.
Thank you so much, casters. At nakita natin na break ang losing streak ng Omega at the expense of giving the losing streak doon naman sa Team Falcons. At kung babalikan natin yung keys to victory kanina, ay recommended na i-watch out yung early game macro dito ng side ng Omega, dahil ito nga exactly yung napanood ko nung unang-unang laro ng Omega. That was week number 1, day 1. He was playing the Fanny as well. Si Ryzen, yung kanyang trade portfolio dito ay napakaganda. At nakakatawa pakinggan, pero napakasimple lang yan. Ginamit ng Falcons ang backsha in 2 games, and in this game number 2, nakita natin na nung inuna ng Falcons ang turtle, ang ginawa ni Ryzen ay katulad ng ginawa niya nung week 1, day 1, which is kumuha ng farm outside of the map. Binigay nila ang first turtles doon sa side ng Falcons para makakuha ng mas magandang trade-off when it comes to the gold. At kung sabihin natin pa 100 gold lang yan or 200 gold lang every minute or every 2 minutes, kapag nag-pile up na nga, doon natin naramdaman na naging impactful to para doon sa Fanny at pati na rin sa ibang mga members ng side ng Omega. Katulad ng Harith na bigla na lang din malakas pagdating ng third turtle. At yan ang ating second point. The third turtle sometimes is more important than the early turtles kapag ang kalaban mo ay team na pang late game pa, katulad ng isang Moskov. Dahil pagdating ng third turtle, magkakaroon kayo ng malaking power spike. Kung nakapag-farm ang isang Fanny at yung Harith na standard lang din ng farm, makakuha sila ng pakonti-konting kills all over, add that all up at hindi makakahinga ang mga kalaban mo. That's exactly what happened with Team Falcons, and unfortunately, they will end this week with a loss. Para naman sa Omega, napakagandang pagkaka-recover mula sa kanila, and let's watch out for more from them. But that has been the first series. Ang susunod nating matuto ngayon, it's gonna be TLPH na may losing streak din. Tingnan natin kung makakabawi sila. At Twisted Minds naman na hindi akalain ng lahat pero sila ang nasa top. Can they continue the magic? Can they continue this winning streak? Abangan natin yan. Huwag po kayong alis. Magbabalik ang MPLPH Season 16.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich look
Let's go,
richer.
Twisted Minds!
Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
Mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap.
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
Mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa,
pampasarap,
ang kaming ititimpla.
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa,
pampasarap,
ang kaming ititimpla.
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abutan dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now.
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa,
pampasarap,
ang kaming ititimpla.
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
Di abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now.
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa,
pampasarap,
ang kaming ititimpla.
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
dito! GG bro! Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Fully cause I make rich Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
Di abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Fully cause I make rich Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
abot ang data! GG bro! Don't worry, be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang kaming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Two phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Phone calls, I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abot ang data! GG bro! Don't worry, be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang kaming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Two phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Phone calls, I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
abot na dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Let's go, Twisted Minds! Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abot na dito! Defeat! GG bro! Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Let's go, Twisted Minds! Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry! The only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platforms, sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
Di abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry! The only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharged with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platforms, sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Forward cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Forward cause I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Home with ya.
punta dito! GG bro! Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Phone calls, I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di ako punta dito! GG bro! Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Phone calls, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Phone calls, I make rich. Let's go, Twisted Minds. Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry, the only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
pampasarap,
Ang daming ititimpla!
Luto mo yan with Knorr Liquid Seasoning.
mula luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, sarap panalo. Luto tong plato, panalo ang luto mo.
Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys wanna picture. Fully cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on.
Message ko sa Twisted Minds, good luck sa atin pareho. Good game lang.
Fully cause I make rich look richer. Let's go, Twisted Minds! Baby, I'm not going home with ya.
Di abutan dito! GG bro! Don't worry, the only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi bitin with 10 gig data to power your games plus only Facebook or only TikTok. Load now!
Enemy alert. Your scalp gets 1.5 times greasier, causing dandruff. Get triple anti-dandruff power. Supercharge with Clear.
Pang-marinade,
Panggisa!
malakas kahit anong lane we become the monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Look at us to the top, no ifs, no buts, winning any game para to sa PINAS. Di mo matitinag aming bosses sa new level. Nasa kalye man o mobile, you know I become a legend. Listen, open fire, we unite, we winners. But with pressure, like diamonds are made of. Switching the lane na parang gera, HP racing, may reseta. Pagkakatang buhat ni Hilda, full dome SS parang Laila. Susundan ko man yung wakas, kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Laging MPL, no surrender, no retreat. Pag nagsama-sama, just imagine what we can achieve. Laging MPL, no surrender, no retreat. Giving 100 on my all, cause we just cannot be defeated. We are unstoppable, immune and invulnerable. Ready ang equipment, lahat frozen, mala, crowd control. Pakita on the jab, east to the southeast. Taas ang matawag, proud and loud, cause every enemy we devour. Susundan ko man yung wakas, kasama pataas, tagumpay natin to dahil tayo'y malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas kasi kami ang malakas para sa Pinas. Nasa amin ang alas, hindi to atas, kinikilala sa taas, ganito kami sa Pinas. Lakas, Pilipinas, malakas kahit anong monsters. Malakas, Pilipinas, malakas face the golden sun and repping for the 3 stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we unite, we the stars. Ang lakas ng Pinas, we the stars.
And welcome back, everybody, after the break there. We hope you had plenty of time to go ahead and hydrate because this one is a heated matchup. It's still us, it's the Wee Bear Bros. It's me, Nice to Leo, and Renmar. How we doing, boys?
Hold up. Yeah, what's up?
Wait, dude, where's your coat?
Well, do we need coats? I mean, it's liquid, it's twisted. Coming up next, at some point, we're going to be taking off our jackets, so I preemptively did it because this match is going to be hot.
He just wanted to show off his gains, Leo.
His guns.
His guns.
No, that's not it.
Real quick.
No. Okay.
Hey, again, if you missed the last matchup, ladies and gentlemen, Omega brings Falcon down in a dominating sweep. Yes, if you have to read that twice, that's fine. Read it twice. Smart Omega took down the Titans of the Teen Titans. I was gonna say the Teen Titans.
They're not teens anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, some of them are, but
Team Falcons, they brought them down.
It was an amazing series. Again, Smart Omega are going back to their roots of fundamentally clean, smart tech in the land of Dawn. And it's clear that not all is well in the camp of Team Falcons.
Yeah, I am not mad, just disappointed.
Sounds like a true parent, right? Anyway, we also want to go ahead and everybody let you know you can level up your game with Vibe by BPI. If you download and sign up for Vibe, you'll get 50 raffle entries.
Last month, 200 lucky winners received 1,250 Mlbb diamonds each. This month, we've raised the amount for you to potentially win, get this, 50,000 diamonds.
Yeah, so make sure you download and sign up for Vibe now. Begin an epic tomorrow with Vibe by BPI. I use the app. It's a great way to track my points.
It's how I pay for too. It's how I pay for my mortgage.
Oh, it's really? I wish we all had a mortgage. Thank you. Thank you, Leo.
It's just too much for a 22-year-old.
I feel like I'm falling behind. Yeah, you're 22. You know, I'm 41.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, you want these moments to last, and how often do you get to interact with your favorite athletes? Snap a photo with any MPL PH player during specific moments while inside the MPL arena for a chance to win diamonds.
Yeah, all you gotta do is make sure that you use this graphic as your shot list, and once you snap the photo, post it on your profile with the required hashtags, and you have until, remember, September 8th to submit your snaps. Please use the hashtags. That's how you qualify for this when you post it, and the announcement of winners will also be on September 11th.
Yeah, don't forget the hashtags, guys. That's how we go ahead and keep an eye out. Don't forget also to keep it on public, by the way. You got to make sure that, you know, we can all see it. Hey, something's different here.
What?
No, I think something's missing. Yeah, I did.
He lost weight.
Actually, I did.
This is also same, but different. If you guys want to come watch with us here in the MPL Philippines Arena, you can all buy tickets right now if you head on over to the official website, mplph.com, and there's a slash there and a forward tickets to go ahead and grab a ticket now, because some of the matches are selling out fast. And I'm still surprised we have this many people in the MPL Philippines Arena, given the weather conditions.
Yes.
Because if it was me, I'd have to swim here, guys. Probably the past couple days.
Oh man, I don't know how we've come to this. One of the most must-watch matches in Season 16, and just 2 weeks in, is Team Liquid Philippines, the defending champions of the league, going up against Twisted Minds. A majority of this lineup made up of MDL Season 5 champions.
Yeah, this match has me wet with perspiration and the excitement I have for it.
Same. You know, yeah, get him that tissue.
Thank you very much.
There it is. That's called teamwork right there. But yes, these are the MPL champions versus the MDL champions who were acquired by Twisted Minds. This can basically be considered one of the biggest tests for Twisted Minds. The MDL rookies going against TLPH, because they've already shocked a lot of us, honestly, coming into this. I didn't even think we would be saying this early in the first half, saying one of the biggest matchups that we have here for MPL Philippines is Twisted Minds versus TLPH.
You know what? In the absence of Brigida, one might say I'm the Liquid Girly.
Yes.
You're the real Liquid Girly, but I'm a big fan of the Cavalry. But now that we've seen what Twisted Minds is capable of with no signs of slowing down, I'm sweating for the defending champions. I'm wondering what's gonna happen. Again, this is a best of 3 for the first time in Season 16.
Yeah. We are not overreacting here. It's not just the talents. Going into day number 3, I looked online, saw the beat of the community, and there's a lot of people saying Twisted Minds are actually the favorites heading into the series.
It's real.
It's real. The hype that Twisted Minds has gathered because of just how freaking good they are at MLBB is solidified by the community online.
And speaking of our community, we want to ask you guys what you guys think. What is your favorite meta right now? We spent some time talking about this in the previous matchup, and we will be talking about this as it develops. Is it A, fundamental meta, B, Ube, C, Echo Express, or D, utility jungle era? Let's just throw D out of there, because I'm not sure how many people are actually going to say they enjoyed it. Did you?
Joseph, I take this personally. That is my favorite meta. It was a meta that defined a good year or two in MLBB esports, and I'll tell you now, casting has grown, the pacing of the game, because of the jungle, utility jungle era.
Okay, now that you added the last little segment there, I can see it.
Yeah?
I can see it. I still wouldn't vote for D, though.
I think.
What would you vote for?
I would definitely go for C, Echo Express.
I'm like a tie between B and C because of how influential it was to where we eventually are now. Because the Ube Express birthed the Echo, Ube birthed Echo Express.
And you know what's cool is today we still see versions of all of those. And that's why I'm always so happy, you know, talking about the current meta that we have, how it's developed, and we get iterations of everything we've seen. So before that, let's go ahead and welcome out the teams to the stage for our matchup.
Can the defending champions recover and give the Minds their first loss? It's Sanford, Carl Tizzy, Sanji, JP, and Oheb, Team Liquid Philippines! In their way is a team that stands undefeated so far. Lansu, Sean, Kaloy, Nosha, and MP the King, Twisted Minds. To oversee and uphold the tournament's integrity, our marshals, Joshua, JJ, Patrick, and Jeff. And the coaches for the two teams, Coach RC and Coach Esson. MPL Arena, you know what it is. Make some noise!
Here we go, the drums are out, and as the Liquid Girly, as you explained yourself, Leo, take us through the lineup here.
You know what, let me rephrase. As a loyal member of the cavalry,
there it is.
People often ask, where is Liquid? Or when is Liquid playing? No one's asking, how is Liquid? And here, going into this matchup, I'd say they're not out of the woods just quite yet. Sure, they've started to go back to their winning ways, but it's clear that they don't have a grasp on the metagame as much as they have in MSC. In MSC, they were unstoppable. Now I'm wondering what's bothering Coach RC. What is in the minds of our defending champions?
Speaking of the minds, let's go ahead and twist it a little bit further as we take a look at the lineup here for Twisted Minds.
In the minds of this team is one thing: victory.
Yes, sir.
And you just see it in the confidence of how they play, how Kaloy, Lansu, Sean, and Nosha have fit into this league alongside the very experienced MP the King, and told the rest of the world, hey, kind of looks like we've been here for what? 15, 16 seasons now too.
Yep.
These young men have turned into superstars in a span of 2 weeks.
This is insane. I mean, look at the first blood stat alone. Look at all the stats for Twisted Minds. Again, that's what a lossless record is going to do for you, an undefeated record is going to do for you. They are just doing so much. Plus, the hero pool is pretty impressive. I mean, even for TLPH, they've brought out one more than Twisted Minds, but I feel like even in seasons past, when Twisted Minds came to the forefront here, we always looked at them as the team to go ahead and test the bounds of the draft, test the bounds of the meta, and so far they've been able to do that and make things work, and I think that's what the beauty is.
It's the perfect storm. You give Coach Esson and Coach Bonchan tabula rasa, just 4 rookies who have infinite mechanics and game IQ, not to mention a connection, and then you put MP the King in the middle of that masterpiece, and you've got a magnum opus in the works.
You've got that, and it's proved to work really well for them now. Again, you know, after this, we're going to continue to see it, because this could be a huge thing for Twisted Minds moving forward if they're able to get the win here. But before that, we're going to go ahead and throw it over to our smart ping test to see how our players prepare for the match.
Ingat pre mga ano yan pre undefeated. Basta pre, wag lang natin maliitin. Wag natin maliitin ang mga to pre, MDL chops to pre. Fokusan lang, fokusan.
Hello guys! Ready na ba yung mic check natin dyan guys? Papasok na dito yung ano ko, buong pamilya ko guys. Kasi ano na it's TLPH time na guys ang pinaka-abangan na. Motivation lang pre. Feel ko kaya naman manalo kasi manonood yung buong motivation pre. Hello? Ay, naka-checkpoint pala ako guys. Sorry, di ako masyado nagsasalita. Naka-focus kasi ako ngayon Baka kasi bugbugin ako ni Oed May trauma pa ako kay Oed kasi nung sibol ginawawa niya ako Kaya di talaga natin siyang fokusan guys. Hindi biro ang Idol Oed natin. Idol Oed, kung maririnig mo man ito mamaya, sana pagbigyan mo ako kahit ano lang. 1 win. Masaya na ako sa 1 win. Makaisa lang. Guys, si Oed ang sinasamba ko guys. Posisyon, walang sinasamba ako, si Oed sinasamba ko. Kasi isa siyang real GOAT. MSC champ, BPI rich guy. Marami siyang pera. Sana patawarin ka ng Panginoong may kapal, Oed. Kasi sobrang tayo mo ng pera, Oed. Bigay mo na sa amin yung laro na to. Shoutout sa panonood guys. Medyo dumadami na yung guys. Lalo na sa pamilya ko guys, buong bloodline ko papunta Sasayangin ko yung oras nyo, di ko kayo bibigyan ng magandang laban. Gusto ko uuwi na kayo agad, tapos bad trip kayo sa akin kasi talo na kami. Itutuloy ko na yung theory ko guys, tapos na ang August mamayang gabi. Sa mga nakasurvive ngayong buwan guys, maraming salamat sa inyo guys kasi salt air ngayon guys kung alam niyo yan guys. Salt air with a rose on your door. never needed anything more.
We might as well have called that nausea pink test. Yeah. Because that's all about Oheb was there for like a couple seconds.
That felt like a live stream. I thought for a moment you get a ding, the notification you get.
For a guy who says he's locked in and doesn't have much to say,
yeah,
Nosha had a lot to say.
He does. I feel like we've seen him now a couple of times through our smart ping tests. Again, he seems to be one of the more like vocal ones, I guess, when he's got the camera on him, even in some of the interviews that we've seen with him. So that's how they prepare. But I think, again, keeping up that, maybe it's the secret to the sauce here for Twisted Minds, like that light-hearted attitude, like reaching up against some of these most difficult opponents, gets them the win.
And I think this is a product of their school of hard knocks approach to MLBB. They know how difficult it is to come up as an amateur player, because they grinded their way to this spot now, and everything that comes their way is just easy peasy.
Right now, this is coming our way. It's going to be the Howl once again with Wolf to go ahead and take us through the Infinix keys to victory.
Welcome to the Howl. This is Wolf bringing you the Infinix keys to victory. It's Twisted Minds going up against TLPH. At ang huling pagkikita ng dalawang teams na to, sobrang one-sided para sa mainit na Team Liquid PH no Cebol qualifiers. Kaya nga lang, baliktad na ang sitwasyon ngayon. Ang mainit sa ating liga is Twisted Minds, ang ating mga rookies. At para manalo sila sa serie na to kontra sa TLPH, all they have to do is to deny the Granger. Naalala natin nung last time na nagkita sila, yung Granger yung pinamalaking problema. At hindi lang to basta sa pag-ban o kaya pag counter pick or pag deny pick, pwede na rin nilang gawin dito ay talagang i-counter yung hero na yon. Dahil kung maalala natin na malaking problema si Oheb sa Twisted Minds with that Granger. And also, kailangan nilang i-twist yung ating laban gamit ang rotations at hindi yung draft. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay wag sila masyadong mag-overthink sa kanilang mga draft choices at mukhang hindi naman nila ginagawa yon. Hindi nila kailangan ng lason picks laban sa TLPH. Ang kailangan nila ay paglason with their rotations na nakita natin ay effective in their past series. Para naman sa TLPH, they have to watch out for the level 2 power spike ng Twisted Minds. And although this is really funny to hear, talagang meron silang kakaibang power spike kapag level 2 sila, nag-group up sila as 4 around the Lethal Wanderer area at dun sila nakakuha ng malaking win in the early stages of the game. For TLPH, they also have to win the first turtle dahil ito na yung pinaka-importanting objective. To be fair, TLPH has been known as a team na talagang napakalakas sa first turtle fights at makikita din natin to later on for sure na ifo-focus ng TLPH. They just have to control it at dito na magugulo yung laro ng Twisted Minds. Kaabang-abang ang bakbakan na to. So punta na tayo dito sa draft. Back to the casters.
Thank you so much, Wolf. And that's once again the Howl there at Infinix Keys to Victory. Renmar, I got to ask you, so is this just very specific to TLPH where it's, in this specific matchup, like the first hurdle, is that important that they really should focus on it?
Yeah, it seems like the common theme is you're really going to have to respect what Twisted Mind brings to the table in terms of their aggression and their rotations. So we've already heard from Coach Bonchan throughout the multiple eras of our league how he puts a lot of importance in the first and second turtle fights, not just within that little bubble, but how the side laners are moving around the first and second turtle. So it really goes to show just how much Twisted Minds have honed in on that importance, how they've gotten success through that, and why Team Liquid needs to respect it.
That level 2 power spike as well seems to be the case for a lot of the teams that we're seeing here, but also here specifically, I felt TLPH can do that themselves, but also Twisted Minds in their games leading up to this point, they've showed us a lot of this situation where they can get the start going really early on and then lean in on that. And so that's twist the rotations, not the draft here, but I feel like they do both, honestly.
And that's what's scary about this team, the new hotness in Season 16. The fact that you don't even see it coming when they're about to pull the plot twist on you. They could be drafting a normal lineup, and then suddenly they pull something from out of nowhere that even the most popular streamers and content creators haven't even shared just yet. That's how lethal a team that takes the game as lighthearted yet as seriously as Twisted Minds does.
Like this, as you were explaining that lightheartedness, you see them trying to, Oheb and Nasha here, trying to connect the burger or the heart. But looking at their stats across them too, I feel like, again, Nasha has shined the most because of just the games that Twisted Minds has have. But we see this where I feel like some teams really play into their gold laners, and others are able to go ahead and capitalize on that portion of the game where it allows the gold laners to get online at their own pace.
Ain't that the hot button topic in the past week?
Yeah.
Who are the best gold laners and what are their attributes? We now know, given the multiple international titles that Oheb was won and the multiple MPL titles he has under his belt, where does Nosha fall under that? Like, what kind of gold laner is this young man?
Yeah, that'll be determined over time. So far, it's been someone who is not afraid to take the reins of the moment when you need the gold laner to make a play, the play to turn the game around. He will take it. The last time we really got to see a player like that shine under Coach Bonchan was in Season 7 when he got a young gold laner by the name of Oheb in Blacklist International. So the fact that Twisted Minds, what I love about hearing from their answers in interviews, they always put a lot of that importance of reminding each other what their roles are and reminding each other to check your head, be level-headed, don't get too hyped. Their interviews always go around that theme in terms of what Coach Bonchan and Coach Eson teach these young men. And then if a majority of you are 3 dudes making their MPL debut, one hungry to make a name for himself again, this time a much better name in Lansu, the fact that they're so open to that is just very telling of where this team could potentially head towards.
And it's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's nice that a team that, again, did not really have to prove themselves are checking everyone and saying, look, this is how we play.
Yeah.
And we're in the lead. We have a streak. You're the champions. Do something about it.
This is my biggest twist so far here for Season 16 was seeing how good they've been. And you can see it, like, even when you get the little bit of camera works for Twisted Minds, like, you can tell that they are, you know, having some fun with it. But also when it comes time to the game, they're really locked in here. So jumping in the draft for Game 1 in this best of 3 between TLPH and Twisted. We got TLPH on that blue side, and you saw they've got a 25% win rate right now on the blue side. Still going that way, and Twisted over here on the red. The bans are done for the first phase. The YSS is open.
Let's see if Team Liquid will be locking that right away. They go for the Jushin instead. It's a priority for Sanji. They're willing to give one of the MP the King's most successful picks so far this season in the YSS. Undefeated, 2-0 is his record. So Twisted Minds will most likely be getting that and then getting a strong presence that could potentially help hold the front line. Maybe a Roam EXP Flex as one of their first 2 picks.
Okay. Roam XP again. It's funny because even do they pick up their mid laner too here, or do they just wait for the red 3?
Well, there's a Roam EXP Flex, maybe a Harith also to pair alongside with it. Now they go for the Kimmy instead, so these are 2 heroes who actually have, as we mentioned earlier, a strong level 2. Once they both have that, it's difficult to trade with them against the center of the map. So Liquid look for stability in the EXP, stability in the mid, and stability in the jungle. Liquid's being a little bit more conservative here, while Twisted Minds with one of their best picks for Lansu. Actually, this Uranus gets respect banned by teams this season. They end up picking it up.
That's an MVP performance, Uranus. So Liquid knows what they're walking into by not banning it and by Lansu picking it this early in the draft.
Ay! TL pala! TL!
Ay!
Kay tagal!
Ala! Ay!
Nakita!
Sila 3 na ata yun.
Ramichi?
Ha?
Sila Ramichi?
Oo.
Sila pansin eh.
Yun mga ka-TLPH and ka-Twisted Mind, Series 2 na po tayo para sa ating last day for week number 2. First 3 mga tropa, TLPH with Zushin, Fredrin Lapu-Lapu, and sa kabila Twisted Minds, Hylos, Kimi Uranus.
Si Bonchan pa rin ang parang mahirap maglaro ng Brethren dyan. Ewan ko
Miko, lagi kang may comment pag may first pick Zushin eh. Masabi
hindi ko talaga trip. Kasi tira mo, first pick Zushin ka tira mo yung hero ng kalaban mo. Uranus.
Kahit TLPH? Sanji?
Ewan ko rin. Si Chip? Bakit? Lugi sila sa mid ah?
Hindi, Lapu-Lapu. Ano kasi yun eh? Lapu-Lapu.
Bagal mag-clear niyan.
Bagal mag-clear
niyan. Kasi mabagal nga sila. Wala silang pang side. So, kumuha silang pampabilis mag-side.
Eh di, mahirapan yung Moskov niyan sa yung mga balak niyang gawin, di ba?
Maghahayabusa.
Hayabusa?
Wala lang hero si MP.
Hayabusa. Joy, ayan pa. Anong walang hero si MP? Pero hindi ba lugi sa Fredrin yan?
Lugi, kaso tayo magpataya.
Ano yung ano na yan? Anong mga ano yan? Hindi ko nakita. Ano yung last pick ng ano?
Joy.
Joy?
Oh, yo.
Feeling ko kung magagawa ng tama to ng ano, TLPH. Nakakatakot yung lineup na yan na...
Kaso pag nagawa ng tama tong ano, basta manalo lang first turtle, di mamatay si Lancy, pati or yung high loss. Wala na.
Snowball na?
Oh, yung magba ano?
Saan ba? Wala ba? Wala eh.
Ayaw na guys, tanggapin nyo.
Walang ano.
Pare-pares na lang tayo.
Tamang nood na lang daw. TLPH, Twisted Minds. Flicker para kay Nosha. Alam, katakot-takot. Baka mamaya dumating tayo sa point na walang papatay sa ano, boss. Uranus. We'll see game number 1 based on drop, mga tropahan.
Based on drop, ano ako dito? Twisted ako dito.
Ako twisted din. Ang
Twisted
ganda
ako.
kasi nung mid nila pre, para kapag na-control kasi ng twisted yung mid. Wala na eh.
Pwede ko kasi walang gagawin si ano sa mid.
Sanji.
Hindi, si ano? Si JP.
Wala talaga. Unless, ano, lumamang sa laning tong...
Hindi mamama sila ni Sean dyan.
Pero ang ganda lang gagawin ni JP ah. JP pa rin, syempre.
Puporce lang i-retry? Kaso hindi eh. Actually, pwede pa nga siya mabigyan.
Bilis, oh.
I-invade. Pwede eh. Ang bilis mag-rotate ng ano, Twisted Minds eh. Pero teka ah. Zushin to sa early.
4 na sila.
Sanji.
Flicker si Sanji.
Wala kasing presence yung Jeep sa early.
Wala pa yan.
Wala pa, later pa yan.
Na-nerf ba yung... alam ko na-nerf.
Na-nerf. Makikita pag nag-teleport.
Ah, ganun.
Parang sa ano, Louie?
Ano kaya magiging laruan dito ng TLPH kung ganito?
Passive muna sila early. Ay, nice one. Nakabawi sila kay Nosha.
Papawi. Kaso pushing yung wave niya.
Lugi siya, maano siya, may pipercent siya ng sobrang dami.
Pero lamang na lamang naman si Sean sa mid, okay lang yan.
Kimi kasi. Tapos naka-flicker pa. Kailangan matalo na ng maganda.
Papalag to sa inyo.
2v1 no? Wala pang ano yan ha? Wala pang concentration yan si Lance. Ganyan na kagad.
Pero nauna naman kasi mag-level 4 si ano. Ay, hindi ba level 4 si Sanford? Tingnan mo.
1v3. Eh magla-level 4. Papalag pa.
Palag talaga ya.
Electrifying bits. MP! Appraiserat.
Wala, papawin lang.
Wala nang ulti si Carl. Ano dito kay Lance. Sobrang annoying ng Uranus nito.
Pare ko, patay kayo dyan.
Grabe,
Turtle?
twisted guys naman pala
Carl
talaga.
TC pa rin, pero precision ha.
Sila dyan.
Precision. Sean! Ay,
bobo si MP.
Ang lalim.
Ay, nag-ulti yun. Doon sila na ano, tagilid.
Doon sila madadali.
Oo, doon sila natagilid sa clash na yan.
Tsaka yung ginawa ni JP, hinihintay niya muna maglakad ng ano. Maglakad na malayo si...
Bakit?
Hindi ko sa game to.
Dikit yun.
Taas.
Sabay ako.
Ano lang yan? Hindi ka na dito. Nga ka ba dyan? Shot ito isa.
Kung dito meron yan, no?
Ito.
No?
Ano na?
Kung dito meron yan, pasok na. Shoot na shoot.
Ang taas naman.
Kamusta kaya ang late game ng TLPH na ito mamaya? Oheb with the full item Harit.
Oh, sa kanila yan. Ay, di kaso kasi si ano eh.
Mosha.
Si MP eh.
Nosha kasi. Ano ba sa late game? Moskov, Harit.
May ano kasi ito eh.
50-50.
Hindi, okay sana kaso may ano to eh.
Joy?
May chip eh.
Appealer naman eh. Leading pa rin ang TLPH ha. 1K na nga yung kalamangan nila. Dikit yung gold. Sa ano? Gold lane.
Hindi nga pala tumaano no. May lalabas pag di ko nagalaw no.
This Uranus early on, if he goes into minute 10, 3-0, 4-0,
1K gold lead pa rin ha. Glowing wand, first item ni Sean. Ops. Wala, feeling ko kahit ilan kayo dyan, hindi nyo na mamamatay sila, hindi mo papatay sila Ansu. Nag-ulti lang. MP.
Aray ko.
Bravest Fighter, ginamit na rin ha. Kaso pwede kasi maglagay ng teleport. SOD. Follow up. 5v5 kagad. Maaga 5v5. Tapos sisirain yung
Ansu.
Grabe sila.
Sisirain yung teleport. Sisirain yung shortcut.
Grabe sila Ansu dun. Uy, muntik na.
Gold plate kay Oheb. Pero makaka-gold plate din si Nosha. No, puro 0 sila Ansu, boss.
Ganda talaga ng ano. Galing mag-ano yan. Galing mag-drop. Hindi, galing mag-ano yan. Uranus yan.
Tsaka bagay kasi yung drop dyan. Sa gantong time ng 5 minutes, wala pa talagang papatay sa kanya. Laging fully stock yung passive.
Tsaka alam niya rin eh, hindi siya masyadong greedy, no? Alam niya rin kung kailan lang siya papasok tsaka lalabas eh. Parang Miko lang.
Hindi, wala akong ganun.
Oh. Tsaka inuurot niya na si Swampert pre oh. Sipi mo, M4, ano yan? Ay, M4 ba o ano? MVP yan eh. Hindi eh, ang final sa MVP nun si Benny. Nakalimutan ko saan nag-MVP si Swampert. Sorry ko, mamatay si MP, mamatay si MP.
Dito nga, shoot na yan.
Nilagay ka doon?
Nilagay mo ako?
Wala pa. Hatid tayo doon? Sige.
Pero nabigyan si MP tsaka si Kaloy doon. Lansu, kung sakali shutdown. Pero isasalba naman ng Spear of Misery. Surprisingly, dikit yung laban ha. Palurin talaga tong Twisted Minds. Basta bigyan mo lang ng magandang drop.
Parang OA naman nun. OA naman nun.
Ano ba dapat nun? Ano? Dapat hindi lalamang...
Hindi. Game to yun eh. Pero hindi ba OA?
Ano yun? Dapat hindi lalamang ang twist?
Hindi. Kailangan lamang to 10. Sa kills.
Hindi, OA yun.
Diba? Parang
Taas.
OA masyado no?
Tingnan mo nga ito. Dikit nga ito eh.
Baka lang nila bugbog.
Siguro. Kasi kanina chinek ko, ano lang eh, 3.5 lang sa kabila.
Eh tapos ano, nirepan.
Hindi yan.
Oh, ba't dyan pa rin yung TLID? Ay ano?
Ano nila, yung usap-usap nila ng tagal.
Kapagod yan. Pero ano score? 5-5?
5-5. 1K gold lead sa TLPH. Turtle. Ko-contest ba si MP? Level 10 si Carla. Pero papalag pa rin naman daw. Suntukan kung suntukan. Tatama na naman yung SOD.
Sanji, nabalo ni Sanji.
5v5 team fight na naman.
Ayun na, pinabanan na ng pindutan.
Shutdown. Shutdown si Lanzo. Kuha ni JP. Ay, nara-rundown sila niyan, boss.
Galing ng ginagawa ng ano. Ganda sana ng gusto gawin ng ano, gawin ng Twisted Minds. Kaso nalikuran. Galing ng ginawa ni Sanford.
May plano rin kasi talaga sila. Tingnan mo, ang ganda nga rin ng lagay ng shortcut ni JP dun eh. Gitnang gitna. Wala pang naka-purify sa kanila. Sabihin nating threat yung Kimi na si Sean. Sa ganyan kasi na wala pang damage, hindi matatakot si Sanford yun eh.
Pero late game, tapos to.
May bawas na sila kay ano eh, kay Lanzo dito eh.
Kimi Moscow to eh.
Uy, si Carl ah.
Napo-force na yung ulti ni Lanzo ng maaga ah.
Wala pa si Oheb doon.
Speaking of Oheb.
Ano na siya, papahuli na siya eh. Sky Piercer na si ano?
Sanji. Nag-Sky Piercer. Ano sila eh. Snowball sila eh. Dikit yung kills oh, pero in terms of gold, sobrang lamang ng TL. Ganda na naman shortcut.
Inakursis yun ha. Galing ni Carl TC ah. Hindi naman pa si Carl doon, nakatago lang ito siya sa bush na yun no?
Grabe yung mahanap ng target. And dahil dun sa chip, nawala ng parang presence yung Moscow.
Kumbaga, na-check talaga ng ano, na-check din ang tail page na ano to, tag rito. Boy Moscow tong batang to. Ito,
Ibigay natin, pero
chip
ano natin?
Kuha tayo pang counter. Tayo rin to
Pero
si
wait lang.
Lanzo.
Another team fight. Lanzo, Appraiser at sinalo lahat ng damage. Mabibigyan naman. Sean, dalawa yung tatamaan ng stun, pero wala pa rin wala pang damage.
Na.
Ganda ng pwesto ni JP sa likod. Pwedeng magulat tong ano, ha. Magulat tong Twisted Minds, ha. Kung sakali, after ng Lord, diretso team fight.
Musta?
Ito. Ayun, naglagay na shortcut, oh.
Tayo si MP, walang dash.
Ayun na, nabuhat pa.
Oy! Ba't tinot na lang ni Kyle, no? Ni Kyle, no?
Pero ito, risky to, ha. Sa
Tayo
side
patay
ng
si
ano,
Kaloy.
ha. Sa side ng
Maubos
TLPH. Risky to.
Wala silang ano, wala pang damage.
Si Web.
Hindi, ang tagal nung ano nila, ang tagal nung carry nila.
Hindi nakapunta si ano, si Kaloy, sino siya? Wala rin kasing skills.
Hindi rin siya nag-iso dito.
Wala siya doon, nasa top siya, hinabol niya si
Pero ito, ha. 4v5.
Ay, ubos kay MP, ah!
Precision.
Bakit yun yung ano? Bakit yun yung...
Ay, di Sanford!
Hindi. Yeah, bakit yun yung ba't yun yung pinatay ni MP?
Sino? Si JP?
Oo. Low si Sanji.
May shutdown kamo, may bounty kamo si Sanji. Parang ano, hindi na nagkasundo ang mga tropahan sa Twisted Minds.
May kaba pa rin?
It makes sense. Tingnan mo, 6 na nga, oh. Kaloy! Iba pa rin talaga ang TLPH, boss.
Pusin na nila.
TLPH ata ang kukuha ng unang pagkatalo ng Twisted Minds, ha? Sanford.
Sakit, oh.
Sasaktan pa rin sa damage ni Sean.
Sabi sa'yo, bibigyan ng maganda to ng TLPH. Sabi nila, boy, bata pa kayo, boy.
Hindi pa kayo ubra sa mga yatats na...
Gigil maglaro ang TLPH ngayon.
Ay, ito mo si MP, no? Ito mo yung nabol niya. Low si Oheb. Walang flicker si Oheb. Tatlong...
Holy Crystal kay MP. Ito na ba yung kinakailangang item spike? Ang agang Winchant, ha. Kay Sean, ha. Third item, kailangan ka agad ng Winchant. Siya yung tinatalo na ni Sanford, eh. Pero Trinity, nabuo na rin naman ni Nosha. Problema lang, Divine Glaive. Palas item na si Oheb.
Sakit niyan.
Next Lord, pwede na ata to. Pero kung madedepend to ng Twisted Minds, eto Next Lord. Spike na ng ano na lang.
Uy, buti hindi nahuli sa
Comp nila.
Alam, talo sila pang huli.
Traction.
Ito ka na eh. Hirap niya.
Pili ko lakas pa rin ng... Pili ko lakas pa rin ng high ground dito eh.
Nang ano?
Twisted Minds.
Over ba?
Gagi, huli sana yun, no? Hindi nila ginaw, no?
Basta ma-depend lang nila yung Next Lord. Tatagal to eh.
So, wala, lambot ni Kaloy. Galing.
Sabay out. Objective lang. Linis ng laro na TLPH, boss. Napagana.
Rico!
Napagana nila yung chip.
Next game, mag-chip lang rin ulit yan.
Oh, gumana eh. Bakit di natin kukunin kung gagana naman, di ba? Bilis lang din ano? I-run down
Ilan
ng
na?
Lord.
9 na, no?
Yung
lamang.
Ma?
Ay, ilan na ba?
7, 6, 7.
7 pala.
Pero ano yan eh?
Alam mo na yan.
Kasi ma-wipe out tong Twisted Minds.
Possible pala, ano?
Nihintay yung win shot ni Sean. Parang mag-survive sa lapu-lapu. Level 2 Lord. Kailangan nilang depensahan yung natitirang inhibitor tower nila. Ay naku, tumatagal na si Kaloy ah. Ay, si MP!
Oh, yun lang. GG.
Tapos na, boss.
GG.
Tapos na, boss.
GG.
Grabe si Sanford
11.
lapu-lapu, boss.
Ay, di.
10.
Ay! Namatay si ano gago! Si Sanji!
Si Sanji.
Kaso tanga game to pa yun eh.
Oo nga, alam ko. Pero pwede pa din, no? Nakakaba pa din kahit pa paano.
Grabe naman pala talaga yung TLPH. Akala ng iba may palag. Ay na, sila Remishio.
Hindi, may palag naman talaga.
Si ano sila,
TLPH team. What a clean dominating game
Ano lang?
para sa TLPH mga tropa. Sa tingin nyo, talagang back to prime ba ang TLPH? Sila na nga ba ang sisira ng win streak ng Twisted Minds? We'll see. Para sa ating game number 2, magbabalik kami maya-maya sa labang TLPH versus Twisted Minds.
That worked out really well. This wasn't a debut for Chips, right? Like, we've seen Chip one other time, I think maybe one time. But again, it worked so well with Carl Teasy here, our game MVP for game 1. Making that Fredrin work so well with this Chip.
I feel like this is the second time this season that I wish you could actually have like dual MVPs. Because Carl Teasy and JP played this perfectly. Carl Teasy would not have shined as much if JP didn't do his job properly and vice versa.
And Twisted Minds wouldn't have had such a difficult time if not for how JP folded the map in half.
Yeah, because of the macro pressure applied by Chip, again, the demand here for this Fredrin is to eventually become the roam. And then once the team fights break through and JP crumbles, then now suddenly you're talking to Sanford. Sanford, can you go forward? I need to stay back and help protect my backline. Yes, early on you saw Twisted Minds were putting a lot of pressure on this Fredrin and giving him difficulty, understandably so. But since Team Liquid Philippines said, you know what, in some moments we can take this because OHEB is farming up anyway, then when it eventually evolved into what we expected after the draft, which was just constant 5v5 stampedes by the cavalry, Twisted Minds were overwhelmed.
And logically speaking, this is so much more difficult than how Liquid showed it because range-wise, Twisted Minds has them beat out.
Yeah.
And damage-wise, like DPS, Twisted Minds should have them beat out too. So it really came down to execution.
It was the juggling, the constant juggling in all these team fights. I mean, even this, like between all this, fighting in that one little crevice, like was even. Whoa. See? That's just how much of a stamp. Was that a liquid effect?
I'm pretty sure that's what Twisted Minds felt.
I was gonna say, that was a bit of a liquid effect there, but yeah, it was the juggling between the composition that TLPH brought, and I don't think it could have been executed much better than it was here, especially once they got some of those defensive items that Renmar pointed out, you know, the Radiant Armors, the Blade Armors. They were ready to go and extend these team fights out and juggle between whether it was Carl Teasy or JP and then Sanford. Sanford, for a portion of the game, was just to go ahead and put pressure on Sean so that he wasn't able to actually join a lot of the fights.
Yeah, and this isn't a super unique thing. It's almost always one of the main selections, but I think here especially, you get to see the importance of putting a tenacity on the Juicin with the basic common emblem, and then of course, going for the Brave Smite, because that little bit more survivability allows you to constantly be more of a presence, annoying presence that Twisted Minds has to try and withstand, with the crowd controls and the little bits of damage eventually piling up into huge return on investments for TLPH.
Yeah, even looking at this again, it was just one of those situations where you think Twisted Minds has a lot better of a time to put map pressure on, especially with like a Moskov, for example, or even what MP the King would have been able to do if he had a faster start on the Joy. But they only got one base turret too. They weren't really able to contest many of the objectives, and it fell quickly behind.
Now you mentioned map pressure. I think Liquid reintroducing Chip should make the Moskov more of, how do I say, a balanced commodity? Because right now, really Moskov is the only hero that's capable of going coast to coast. Now with Chip in the metagame again, I'm hoping he stays.
Yeah.
It's not so simple.
Yeah, and you also have to acknowledge that this was a blitz draft by Liquid. They went into this with intent. We are gonna lock in the Chip. If we see this are the pieces that Twisted Minds end up with, if they end up with the Moskov, we already have the Fredrin, we'll close out with the Harathon Chip. And once you saw that final draft picture, I was like, wow, okay, Team Liquid, I see where you're getting at. It demanded so much from them, but they made it work and they made it look easy.
This was premeditated, Joseph.
I was gonna say, the draft went by super fast.
Yeah.
Probably one of the fastest drafts we've had.
They had dreams of playing this lineup in the MPL.
And again, there's not that many teams that will still reintroduce the Chip because he kind of fell off for a bit. I mean, he's still technically he's not picked up often. The Louis Yi is another one of those heroes that almost served, I mean, the purpose where we saw so much Chip versus Louis Yi, but both of them have slowly started to creep back up again, and maybe they're answers to a lot of that, what we see with the Moskov and everything else. So again, it was great execution, and we know that JP himself, Daddy JP, loves that hero. He's probably missed playing it a little bit. But you know, all this is resemblance of what we were talking about even before, where this is that during that utility era, or that utility meta that we had, this is where the boys that are on TLPH got a lot of reps in on this, and now they bring it in this match for game one.
This is making me giddy. Yeah. The fact that this is possible in 2025, just as much as it was in early 2022.
And I feel like that game number one allows me to understand even more like where you were getting at in terms of like how much you love the utility jungle era, because after all those years we decided, you know what, it's so much easier to teach being great at mechanics. It's so much more difficult to really hone and own the whole utility-focused, macro-focused playstyle that the Philippines was known for so long.
Yeah, this was very interesting to just watch unfold. Again, the execution here that was needed for TLPH to make this work is little bits and pieces of all the metas that they've experienced throughout the course of the seasons and the eras itself, and it was on display here. And even in a sense, like if you looked at Twisted Minds, they had the same concept themselves, where it was like this is apparent of what the game plan was for them. They just weren't able to execute it. I think even said with the Uranus, like as Lansu started off really great, but there was immediate answer from TLPH. So before we move on to game number 2, we got to go ahead and throw it over to Odin for an interview with one of our guests out there.
The Cavalry Mag-ingay! 1-0 na para sa TLPH, and right here with me is Jess Julian. Hello, welcome to MPL Arena. Ano nararamdaman mo ngayon na naka 1-0 na sila?
Sobrang happy po. Manifesting 2-0.
Manifesting sa resultang yan. And bilang isang fan, nakita kasi namin na meron kang ginawang artwork daw for OHEB. So, ano ba yung inspiration mo? Bakit si OHEB yung ginawan mo ng artwork?
Hindi lang siya bilang gift sana. Actually, gift ko yun kay OHEB nung birthday niya. Hindi ko lang nabigay. And then, tribute na rin kasi bilang champion sa pagiging MPL last season and then nung M6.
Ang ganda ng gawa mo. Kamukhang-kamukha talaga siya ni OHEB, no? And nung nabigay mo siya kay OHEB, ano na pag-usapan niya? Ano reaction niya sa iyong artwork?
Ayun, kahapon, sobrang happy naman niya. Ayun, okay.
Sobrang happy daw ni OHEB. Ayan, nakikita mo si OHEB. Habang hindi pa siya naka-headphones, anong gusto mong sabihin kay OHEB?
Asa na yung video grid ko?
Ayan, siningil ka ng video grid. OHEB mamaya daw, siningil ng video grid. Aabangan namin yan, OHEB ha. And matanong ko lang, Jess, no, gaano ka na ba katagal na fan ni OHEB?
Nung Blacklist International pa siya naging player.
So, matagal ka na talagang fan ng MPL.
Yes po.
So, kumusta naman experience mo dito sa MPL Arena?
Sobrang happy po. Grabe yung unexpected yung fulfillment ng nararamdaman ko ngayon.
Sana naman nag-enjoy ka with the Cavalry, Mima.
Sobra po.
Oh, nag-enjoy ka ba kasama si Mima? Nag-enjoy ka kasama si Mima?
Oo naman.
Kilala mo ba ito, Mima? Ano pangalan?
Jen.
Wow! Ang galing talaga ng leader ng TLPH community. Kilala, oo. Kilalang-kilala. And speaking of Guhit Jess, sabi ni Mima, meron ka pa bang mga ilalabas na artworks for our players?
Actually, sa playoff ko na po ibibigay sa lahat ng players.
O yan, aabangan namin yan, Jess, ha? And where can we see more of your artworks?
Sa Facebook or TikTok na lang po.
Ano yung username mo para ma-follow namin?
Sa TikTok, ang username ko doon is Jisrael_Batalya.
Ayan. So, i-type nyo na yan, i-follow nyo na si Jess. Excited kami kung sino-sino pa yung mga muka na makikita namin as your artwork. And ano naman gusto mong sabihin sa The Cavalry? Kasi mag-isa ka ba ngayon? So, ano gusto mong sabihin sa kanila? Kasi sila yung makakasama mo probably when you watch MPL Live.
Ayun, todo lang natin yung support natin sa TLPH.
Yan. May gusto ka pa sabihin, Mima?
Let's go, Liquid! Ganun!
Let's go, Liquid!
Let's go!
energy na meron tayo dito sa The Cavalry. And ano pa ang gusto mong sabihin sa mga nasa bahay nila? Invite mo naman sila manood dito sa MPL Arena.
So yun, sa mga gustong manood ng MPL PH, lalo na sa mga team Cavalry, halina kayo dito sa bili na kayo ticket.
Maraming salamat, Jess, and maraming salamat, TLPH The Cavalry. We are excited to see kung ano pa nga bang may papakita at may papalag din ng Twisted Minds against TLPH. And with that, balik na muna tayo sa ating mga casters.
Thank you so much there, Odin, and that is some amazing art. I would love to maybe ask him or commission if we can have one of us three.
What was his name, Joseph?
Jazz.
Jazz.
I knew it was like Jazz, but you know, I was trying to like listen, but I was listening to me.
That's what Mima Dar said.
Yeah, I was listening to Mima.
That was your best Channing Tatum impression ever.
Why Channing Tatum?
My name is
Jazz.
My name is Jazz.
That was the whole point.
Okay.
Comedic genius this one.
Comedic genius. I'm so
Comedic
glad.
genius. Joseph Charles Omega resume.
Hey, don't dox me.
What? I'm not doxing you. People know you're Guffy.
It's actually funny anyways because my name has been on all like the lower thirds on other casts, and it's a full name. Anyway.
Not the Omega part, but now it is.
Now it is. And what's next is Game 2. Yeah. Let's talk about Game 2.
You know, the problem is, it's not even like a drafting for Twisted Minds. You can't blame them, but then how Liquid have prepared for this is crazy. They have done their homework. They have respected Twisted Minds and what they bring to the table. And it seems like that game number 1 was a premeditated draft prepared 4 weeks ago, even before the season started. That's how it feels like.
It's like they just knew.
It's like they just knew, exactly. The fact that, okay, here's the thing. If the casters are calling drafts so well, that means the pro teams are already a step ahead of that. So the fact that we saw the chip and then I believe that was a Harith, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the last 2 picks, that was like the perfect bang, cherry on top of the ice cream cake sandwich.
Cupcake.
Josh Cakes.
He's over there.
He's over there. You know, we're jumping in the draft here, Game 2. We still got TLPH on the blue side. We got Twisted Minds over on the red. First phase is almost over. Is this looking to be about the same?
Yes, same so far. So exact same bans by Team Liquid Philippines. Twisted Minds though, let's see if they'll shift it up. Are they willing to give the 1-1? No, they are not. So will it just be another juice and rush for Liquid, or are they gonna take the Omega route and change something from the draft real quick to throw Twisted Minds off their game and say, hey, no, it's not gonna be exact.
Ooh, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still the Jushin though. Yeah, it fits in so many different compositions.
And when you're talking about Liquid's playstyle, they're rarely punished for the weaknesses Zushin has.
Yeah.
Because of how specific their execution is and how excellent they're able to make it. But they're taking their time with this. They're really giving Twisted Minds a run for the money, but no, instead here it is. Something I think Twisted Minds might do is they might ride hard on Yusen Shin this time around. It's weird that... Never mind. Yusen Shin got banned in the second phase last game. Now Liquid has no reason otherwise...
Oh my gosh.
To change either.
Dude, Liquid are just like... What do you mean?
Same.
What do you mean adjust? We're not adjusting, we're picking the exact same draft. They're forcing Twisted Minds, okay, your turn to show different pieces.
You do something.
So they changed out the high loss, made it the Hayabusa.
Pero dipindi. Ang first 3, parang walang pagbabago eh.
Ay, baba yung chip.
Pero hindi pa rin ba hirap sila sa lapo? Baka mamaya maging ano to.
Hindi, wala kasi silang pamatay sa sa Yura eh.
Saan?
Ito, wala silang pamatay sa Yura eh. Babae, bilan na yung chip.
Same scenario kanina. Alam mo yung scenario doon sa Falcons na hindi nirespeto yung Grak ni Lapu. Ayun.
Di, pero kanina lamang naman sa lining si yung Lanzo eh. Lamang siya sa lining, nahirapan lang sila dahil doon sa chip.
Si Shun din. Hirap din si Shun eh.
Kaya nga, bilan niya bilan na yung chip eh.
Enough kaya yung pagban nila ng ang tanong.
Hindi ko doon lang sila pinaka-nahirapan sa chip.
Twisted Minds needs one more source of burst or constant basic attacks. I actually love this Badang ban. So
Mag-miniator kaya ito.
Bagay ba?
Si ako pang counter, separate pin yun eh.
Moskop to si Oep.
Kaya Grak.
Moskop? Possible ba? Open pa eh.
Baba na rin yung halit niya.
Kaso ko ikaw kasi yung TLPH, okay lang sa'yo mabigay yung ano eh. Moscow eh, wala kang problema dyan eh. May lapo kayo. May pan-check kayo dun eh.
Hindi, dapat.
Hindi, kaso sa late game kasi hindi naman nakaya ng lapo, magpapulot yung lapo.
Magkakari pala tong
Eh,
TL.
para pag ano uli, ni-rundown uli, katulad kanina. Kanina kasi na-rundown sila eh.
Hindi, na-rundown sila. Feel ko na kaya sila na-rundown dahil doon sa chip eh. Sabay-sabay nagpapasukan.
Hindi na kaya sa 5v5 no? Hindi nyo naman macro.
Pati yung hero din ng MP, feel ko hindi niya gaanong gabay.
Yung
hero ng MP.
Enjoy? Di ba hero niya yun talaga dati?
Hindi niya, hindi. Ang naalala ko lang na hero niya talaga, ano?
Hindi, ikaw nagsasabi.
Lancelot ano lang talaga. Ito, Lancelot Haya, Roger. Oh, sino nagbo ng harit ha?
Okay, okay. Baka may iba silang
magkakari. Magkakari tas maglululita si Daddy JP.
Ah, para dun sa Uranus talagang may dadali. Make sense, make sense.
Tsaka ano, lugi yung ano dyan ha, lugi yung Hayabusa sa carry mamaya, lalo na kapag Mlbb. Bilis nun eh.
Ito, ganda ng big. Kalaban ba?
Carry
Tignan natin.
Moscow?
Ako carry na lang ako.
Kaso sa Twisted Minds na ano, kasi hindi kaya i-gold lane tong cave. May possibility na ganun eh.
Pero kung go-gold din yun, GG na.
Hindi, pag feel ko, okay na yan, imimid na nila yan kasi lalamaban sa mid eh. Di ba
Hindi
kanina?
hirap kay Sanji. Gold Kimi, mid lane Eve. Ay kaso may lapo.
Eh, nagkupra si JP.
Chow na lang yan. Oh, Matilda
Chow.
gago.
Chow.
Matilda na lang, tangina.
Para sa pre.
Tangina, mura ka na mura.
Yun na.
Ako kupra ako dyan. Kupra ako. Ikaw. Matildo. Early game yung gusto.
Pang ano na naman sila.
Kaso kasi nakahayabusa
Snowball
eh.
na naman sila.
Eh, naiwan ko pag naka-Matilda ako.
Moscow, hindi ba hirap yun sa ano, mami? Kung magmo-Moscow sila dito, lalamang sila sa sides. For sure, lalo na pag merong
Kaso early yan sila na sobra.
macro.
Kaso feel ko nawala na ng mismong, ito ewan ko nawala na ng pamatay. Kay ano talaga. Kay Uranus. Nawala na talaga pamatay.
Late game, no?
Oo. Kasi ano yung ano ni Oheb eh.
Ay, Moscow nga, oh.
Oo, sarap pumusok.
Eh, kaso, wala.
Dito ako labas? Saan dapat yan? Dito ako dapat. Ganda yun, no?
Wala, parehong wala, oh.
Ganda gago, legit lang, legitimate lang.
Gagi, feeling ko snowball yung ano, TL.
Bayad ka. Huwag naman. Putokin mo. Mura ka na mura, Tokwa. Kulit mo, Tokwa. Ang init!
Anong init? Nakahay nga yan.
Ay, yun hay.
Hi, hello.
Guys, watch party lang po ito. Shoutout kay JL Casao.
Ang kulit nyo naman. Shout.
Kay Max Zonola.
Late game potential, oh.
At kay Muhammad Groby.
Late game potential lang, ano.
Lang.
Twisted Minds.
Wala kasi damage talaga sa ore mamaya.
Hindi, ito nga lang eh. Di ba kanina yung Joy hindi nag-work ng early, di ba? Pag ito pa lang, level 4 pa lang si MP, nagamit niya na yung ultimate niya, nakapatay siya.
Snowball.
Pwede mo nang ilista sa pader.
Eh, paano pag mid-game? Sky Piercer stock mga 4 kagad.
Sino si ano? Yung gaming?
Hindi, si ano?
Si Oheb?
Oheb.
Yan lang.
Markado na. Kanina ganun eh. Sabihin natin may palag ng late game yung drop ng Twisted Minds. Na early yan sila, nag-snowball. Napili ko, hirap talaga mag-joy doon ng may pre-tree.
Hindi ko rin talaga trip. Pati hindi ko rin talaga trip yung Joy niyan ni ano, MP. Sobrang fast clear yan.
Shoutout kay LJ Fernandez. At kay Roger Jan Denny I. Gargar.
Aray ko.
Share naman ang live stream natin, guys. Sa mga gustong sumali sa group chat natin,
same yung gagawin nila niya.
PM nyo lang ang page ng Just ML,
Invade.
Pero lamang si Carl dyan, ha?
May Kimi kasi. Walang takot yan. Ito mo. Tsaka nauuna ng ano. Nauuna ng clear
Wala nang purify.
Nauuna ng clear si Lansu.
Bakit purify?
Si
Daddy JP.
Oo nga. Ba't purify? Ba't siya naka-purify?
Feel ko mali rin siya ng pinto. Akala ko ipi-flicker niya, di ba kanina?
Oo.
Hindi niya siguro napansin.
Siguro.
Ba't naka-purify? Wala naman siya ipo-purify dyan.
Pag magaling
yung
yung
ano lang, yung taunt lang.
Magaling yung Moscow.
Pag magaling yung Granger, nababawasan niya yung Moscow.
Shoutout kay Raymond Burak at kay LG Laginon Galendes. Laquinon.
Ay ko, si Lanzo! Hindi mo mapapatay yan.
Right level 3.
Di pa
Flicker
nila
pa ka
mapapatay
eh.
yan, di pa nila
Kaso
mapapatay.
hindi niya makukuha yung ano.
Okay lang.
Yung, ay,
Diyan na yan eh.
hindi umabot.
Diyan na yan eh. Wala ka nang mag-isa mamatay ka. I-ano mo na lang. I-tiisin mo na lang. Katulad na ginawa niya sa akin.
Ooh, sino ba ex mo?
Ikaw, Kenneth Marapaw.
Sino ba mga ex mo?
Mga ex o dahil naman mga ex.
Ex mo ba si OG?
Sino yun? Sino yun? Sino yun? Polo ka.
Pero Turtle,
Ibigay.
mukhang ibibigay to ng Twisted Minds. Wala
Uy,
pang level
papapatay
4
pa si
si
Kaloy, oh.
Lansu. Revitalize na gamit na rin.
Ano?
FP!
Dahil si Kaloy, 1-0.
Dinelay ni Carl, no?
Ah, galing na Carl. Uy, si Lanzo pumasok sa 3.
Wala ka pa level 4, boss.
Flicker out. Invade sila ma-invade tapos ang laban.
Walang retry si ano, MP.
Boom!
Ayun, binagsakan. Ito nga yung sinasabing rundown. Hindi mo na nagpa-level 4 si Lanzo. Feeling ko kung level 4 si
Di
Lanzo.
ba nga na ano siya, nakagawan nga siya ng ano?
Hindi, I mean, bago siya pumunta sa ano.
Uy, saan mo gagamitin yan?
Ha?
Hindi, pang-check.
Pang-check lang kung may pupunta.
Okay.
Pero kahit gano'n yung nangyari, 300 gold, parang hindi pa rin, okay, sige, yaman na.
Mayaman si ano, si MP. Kasi di ba naka-invade sila kanina?
Oh.
Lumamang siya na, pero kung ganyan, ika-counter-invade na sila. Uy, JP,
Kung walang shadow si ano, MP, patay. Ay, kung may shadow pa siya, patay yun.
Wala kang flicker, boss.
Ayun yung pinakayo ko eh.
Tingnan mo mamaya kung mahihirapan sila dahil dun sa spell mamaya.
Sinusubukan ni Sanford si Lanzo, no?
Ano, NXP boys.
3 naka-top boots.
Kabahan ni Oheb. Kaya na pala double lane yan. Bilis oh.
Laman nga ng XP. Bilis na rotation eh.
Daya nung Matilda eh.
Tapos kuha niya pa ata lahat ng crab.
Hindi, nakuha naman
Pero
din.
lamang si Lanzo sa lane talaga.
Nakuha naman ni Nosha.
XP lamang si Sanford, level 7 Sanford oh. Level 5, level 6 lang ata itong si Lance. Lamang lang talaga yung hero sa early. Ayun, level 5 oh, 2 level gap nga eh.
Uhuli na naman yung blue buff.
Traction. Shadow.
Hindi pinapiligan.
Minors lang yung Crimson Beacon.
Pero kung maalala nyo, ito yung ano, ito yung lineup ng ano, TLPH tumapos sa laro, 3-0 lang yung game.
Oo, ito yun. 4 minutes wala nagkakapatayan. Ay, nakagaw
Nakuha
na naman!
Aray ko, sakit sa ulo, walang ret. Ay, pero walang retry. Pero di kayo makapag... Naku po, feel ko wipe out ang ano dito.
Natitilt kaya si MP sa ganun?
Nakatilt naman talaga.
Ay, bumaba si Sanford.
Ano yun? Walang retry pero hindi sila makapalag dun sa turtle pit. SOD? 4v5? Ay, nakuha ng MP. Kasi lang walang ano. Kasi walang... Kaso nakapag gold plate si...
Gagi, ganyan yung nangyayari talaga nun, legit.
Oh?
Natapos yung game, 3-0.
Saan?
Dito, laban din ng TLPH.
Oh? Walang patayan. So, ikaw naka-under dyan, no?
TLPH versus ano? Kung nalala mo, TLPH versus Aurora, Sila Rosa.
Yung
alala mo?
binigay lang ng binigay yung ano, objective.
Walang 3-0 lang talaga as in yung game.
Binigay yung objective. Kung nag-under dito, wala kang kakaba-kaba.
Isipin mo,
5 minutes, walang patayan.
next turtle, mawa-wipe out to. Last Lord, mawa-wipe out, tapos na. Aray ko, wag naman ganun.
Wala man lang mababatay. Pero no siya, 1v1 with the great one, Oheb. Sinalo niya lahat ng bala ni Oheb! Sinalo niya! First blood! Solo kill!
Solo ni Oheb.
Parang iba mag...
Hindi, galit. Ano nga sabi nga ni Nosha sa kanya? Grabe daw yan si ano? Grabe daw yan si... Oheb.
Pero grabe yung Granger niya. Sa full lahat ng bala. Kala mo hindi nag-bimintis.
Sakit. Ay, naka-ano na.
101k gold lead pa 2k gold lead.
Ulang yan naman si Carl!
Bakit?
Yung retry lahat! Tapos next start sila mga kapat. Ayan lang, okay na yan.
Baka umabot tayo sa point na wala man lang makakuhang kill yung Twisted Minds.
Yeah! Yung ayan na, wala na.
Wala, inang yan.
Oh, wait lang. Ayun oh.
Ay, wala yung Matilda yan, wala yung
Binigay
Matilda
na lahat. Appraise. Buti hindi bumagsak sa
Oy! Yeah!
Full stack babagsakan sa appraiser stat.
Yung bunga nga mo, tatayin
Yeah,
ko yan.
yeah. Alam mo nangyayari? Pag binabanggit mo nangyayari. Kanina yung RRQ TLID. Di ba lamang 3K yung ano? Sabi mo, oy, talo pa dito yung TLID. Pagbalik ko, talo yung TLID. Minsan nasa bunga nga na din talaga.
Minsan gusto ko na lang tahiin yan eh.
Turtle at, pero turtle.
Kuha nila.
Tapos naagaw pa, no? Sanford.
Uy! James na yung kay James kanina.
Diba? May possibility yung mamatay sila sa dito.
Hindi mo mamatay sila sa dito. Ang ulat ng mama niyan.
Mamatay yan?
Ulat niyan niya.
Eh kaso, sino ang mamatay kung hindi si Lansu? Wala. Ayun, no, 5v5. Ops.
Sakit din talaga ng Matilda, no?
Isa na lang.
1k gold lead pa rin. 1-1 yung score. 7 minutes of the game.
Pag naka-under ka dyan, kaya mamaya ka ng-under na naka 100k ka. Order ka na! Order ka na!
Tapos tumagal yung laban ng mga 30 minutes. So nagkapatayan.
Ano, puro wipeout mo. Kaya ano, wipeout ng wipeout mo.
Yung ano, alam mo yung may mga natitirang tigisa lang lagi.
Sa Indo madalas yun eh, yung ano, kaya gold lang natitira.
Hindi nagkakatapusan.
Ang masama doon ang natira pa, roam sa roam. Kasi hindi pa makakabasag, no?
Sakit pag ganun.
Wala talagang magkapatayan niya.
Okay lang, pabak. Level 11 si Sanford, level 9.
Oh, MP the King!
Pero papasok si Sanford.
Aray!
Yung turi nila, na-aurahan silang TLPH, boss.
Sinugod lang sila. Grabe, ayan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Yung game, di ba, paubos na yung Torre, wala pa nagkakapatayan. Pabor yan, ganyan lang ganyan.
Na-aurahan sila ng TLPH, dinadaan sa macro. SOD.
Tumama ko yung Sanford yung SOD.
Hinarang lang. Ay, patay ka, MP paglabas mo. Oh, boss, yung Twisted Mind.
Hindi.
Patay sila.
Hindi.
Patay yung dalawa?
Hindi.
Patay yung tatlo?
Hindi. Hindi naman tayo si Ohib yung flicker out, no?
Ay, naku po. Ala, nag-flicker. Hala ka.
Okay na, bigay niya na Lord. Tapos matapos ko na. Okay na yan, diba? Sir Jom? Matapos na? Oy, MP, matawag ka! Pag di nyo kaya pumalag, bigay nyo na lang!
Nakuha ba ni Carl?
Oo, nakuha ni Carl.
Grabe talaga si Carl.
Wala lang farm si MP. Hayabusa ka pero na-outfarm ka nung ano. Nung
Hindi, parehas lang naman sila ng level.
Hindi, ba't kaya hindi na-respect niya? Hindi na lang na-respect yung, uy, gago ka.
Yung lapu-lapu kasi talaga.
Hindi, kahit yung Fred rin siguro eh. Kung ano na.
Ridig yung boss niya, Direkeno. Ridig dito.
Uy, huwag ka na magpapatay ka, Loy!
Ano pala doon?
SOD. Ay, papalag sila. Yung Lord, nakuha na. Wala
Patay sa Sanji, okay lang. Patay rin ata si Carl, sana mamatay.
nag-AOG.
Okay na yan, patay si Carl.
Nakapag-appraiser rat.
Huwag ka na si Sir.
Ayun o, cooldown na yung appraiser rat o. Binagsakan, patay si Dosha. Si Lanzo.
Tuntua siya.
Abulin. Ayun o, pinagbabaril.
Tawan-tawa ka talaga pag may natatalo sa kaibigan mo, no?
Ano na kasi yun? Alam mo nang babagsakan ka ng appraiser rat dun eh. Hindi, bali mo tinapos.
9 minutes pa.
Kasi pero makikilala rin top.
Pumalag pa sila dun, no? Parang feeling ko, worth na lang siguro kung diniretso yun ni ano.
Siya sumabog lahat ng lanes. Nice.
Di ba parang worth na lang na...
Uy, teka lang, Sir Jom. Sabi mo, tapos na to.
Hindi pa yan.
Kupal talaga.
Siguro, mamamatayan ng 3 pero hindi matatapos. Isa na.
Tapos na.
Ay, patay si Carlo.
Tapos.
Sakit ni Ohib.
Walang
Si Sanji na yung nang zuzong. Wala na ba Lord?
May Lord pa sa mga. Doctor niyan, hindi pa mo ano.
Ay!
Sana mamatay siya? Sana mamatay si Sanford para makabawi?
Mamatay.
Tapos tatapusin?
Ano na buhay?
Buhay pa! Hala kayo! 5? Hala ka! Wala silang mapatay!
Okay yan.
Hala ka, patay rin!
Tapos na dyan na! Nice! Napatay si MP the King! Uy, yung creeps sa top! End. Tower lock. Nice! Uy!
Hindi, okay lang.
Wala ka!
Wala ka! Ay! Masama sa camera yan! Ay! Baloy!
Ay!
Feel ko meron condition tayo eh! Reverse psychology niya lang tayo eh!
Oy! Alahoy!
Oy! Baloy!
It's over mga sir. Sabi ni Humble Vergara, 100k, under 15 minutes.
Balato ka, pakapi ka nga! Pakapi ka nga!
Hindi Humble pangalan mo.
May habang kaya.
May habang kaya. Dinilit niya yung comment nyo. Ay, wala to, wala. Wala, biglang ni-remove yung comment niya. Alright ka. Yun congratulations again sa TLPH. Sila po ang sisira ng win streak ng Twisted Minds. Pero okay lang, ano pa rin?
Okay lang talaga.
Bakit okay lang? Sa akin, hindi na wipe out, nakapatay pa. Pero,
Hindi, kahit na ma-wipe out eh, bilang sakto eh.
Hindi, 11-5 eh. Kung nag-11...
Kailangan 10 lamang nila eh, malabo.
Sayang.
Uy! Ano ba? Balik tayo sa meta, wag natin sasabihin tayo.
Again guys, congratulations for TLPH. Ibibigay na namin sa ating official casters para maparinggan natin yung interview guys.
Here are your winners, Team Liquid Philippines! What an answer, Coach RC. Just an amazing performance from your team. Nakita namin that you guys were serious for today. No team is undefeated in Season 16 at kayo ang dahilan nun. Talk to us about it. Ano ba yung mga kailangan i-address ng team ninyo with your losses? We know you suffered 1 win and 2 losses, but ano ba yung kailangan yung paghusayan pa to get this win against Twisted Minds?
Sinabi ko lang sa kanila na kailangan natin bumalik sa basic. Parang ano lang tayo, parang hindi tayo kilalang tao. Kailangan lang natin ibigay yung kung paano tayo naglalaro ng ML dati. Tapos wala tayong kailangan patunayan sa kanila. Patunayan lang natin sa sarili natin na mas nag-improve tayo everyday.
I love that, Hans. Ang ganda na sinabi ni Coach RC at mukhang pinapatunayan nyo every time na naglalaro kayo ang inyong mga sarili. Coach, I wanna know kung ano yung thoughts mo sa level of competitiveness ngayon ng mga teams natin compared to last season.
Siguro ngayong MPL Season 16, unpredictable talaga kung sino yung mananalo everyday. Kasi bagay na bagay din ngayon yung katagaan natin na Pinas lang yung malakas. Kasi lahat ng team ngayon walang tapon, lahat talaga sila malakas.
And everybody poses a challenge against Team Liquid Philippines. Respect gets respect. Now I want to give the mic to a respected figure again, Carl TZ. A moment for you in that game number 1. Sobrang solid ng naging performance mo. Twisted Minds were talking to us in a recent interview na kayo ang gusto nilang makalaban to figure out their team levels, kung gaano na ba sila kalakas. In your perspective, what did you think of the rookies, yung mga bagong salta natin dito sa liga?
Ano po, sobrang na-improve sila nung compare sa laban namin sa Cebol kasi nakalaban namin sila ng Cebol, mas nag-improve sila ngayon and sobrang commendable yung ginagawa nila na undefeated pa sila kaso nakalabang kami.
I like it. May padere, may harangin. That was Carl TZ.
Meron pa akong gustong tanungin dito, si JP. Bilang isa na rin sa pinakamatagal dito sa ating liga, what can you say dun sa legacy na natulungan yung i-build dito sa MPL Philippines?
Ayun, masaya kasi hanggang ngayon nakapaglaro pa rin sa MPL.
At malalakas pa rin kayo kahit ilang seasons na ang nagdaan, Hans. Meron pang isa.
Meron pa.
Meron pa. Ang ganda din ng performance nito, lalo nung game number 2 before the winning moment. Oh, Heb, grabe naman yung Granger mo. Parang natatakot kaming lahat. Napakalakas sa sigawan ng mga fans. And with that, kanina nakausap namin yung fan na gumawa ng artwork for you. What can you say to the fans na patuloy na sumusuporta sa TLPH?
Yun, sa nag-drawing sa akin, thank you. Sobrang na-appreciate ko. And sa mga fans naman, thank you na kahit nag-struggle kami nung mga early weeks, sinusuportahan niyo pa rin kami. And thank you sa mga nanonood sa inyong lahat. Love namin kayo. And shoutout nga po pala kay Ate Michelle. Happy birthday sa'yo.
There we finally have it. An ecstatic win, a statement from the Cavalry. Once again, your winners, Team Liquid Philippines. Oh, This is how you respond from those losses. This is the way for you guys to go in Odin. This is the defending champions we're talking about.
They're reminding us who they are at sabi mo nga, Hans,